long as skies are blue.
And number 32, Madison Modern. The JV coach is Trent Beer, assisted by Kylie Rostacek. Foul is on Wawasee's Modern. Foul is on Wayne for Warsaw. Modern for 2. Grimm gets a bucket for Warsaw. Number 22, Hummich.
Turn that corner, yeah. Back, back, back.
Foul is on Lancaster for Wawasee. That's going to put Wayne at the line. Number 21, Audrey Grimm with the bucket.
LA. Right, go set it, Ryan. Go, go. You gotta set it. Come on. Get in the spread, read it, let's go. Let's go, get in the spread, get your spacing. Oh, ready to shoot, Ryan, be ready to shoot. There you go. Where's it at, Ron? Down.
Foul is on Kenzie Ryman from Warsaw.
That way, Ryan. Nice shot, good. Nice shot, good. Hey, goal, set up goal. Set up goal.
Number 3, Fitzgerald gets the bucket.
Penetrate, let's go off it, turn the corner.
She walked. Who was that? Wayne with the bucket. Wawasee is taking a 30-second timeout. Foul is on Galloway for Wawasee. Number 3, Fitzgerald.
That was off her foot. Warsaw kicked it out. Ron, she kicked it out. What? No, it wasn't. That wasn't a question. That was a statement. It was off Warren's foot.
Number 14, Ryan Galloway checks in for Modern.
Hey, stack it up. Stack, run line, run line.
Daniel, go to the other side.
There's a bucket for Danielle Jenkins.
Let's go, Finn. Side, side.
Number 25, Ashlyn Hepler checks in for Warsaw.
Spread, get it spread. Oh, good job, man. There you go, man. Set her off, set her off. Go back to the base.
Warsaw is taking a 30-second timeout. Fitzgerald with the bucket.
Back, back, back. Got it. Put him off your arm, please.
Good job, Maddie.
Good job, Maddie.
Foul is on Warsaw's Brooklyn Fitzgerald.
Send the 4 out. Look for gaps. Grab it. Get in the goal. Get it goal.
Number 21, Grimm, gets 2. Number 22, Rostacek, back into the Wawasee lineup. There's a 3 for Ryman. Foul is on 11 for Warsaw, Kenzie Ryman. Madeline Smith checks back in for Warsaw. Foul is on Warsaw's Audrey Grimm. Modern at the line for Wawasee. Foul is on Wawasee's Ryan Galloway. We'll see Grimm at the line for Warsaw.
Your 93.7 FM The Mix weather forecast is brought to you in part by Brook Point Inn in Syracuse, offering an indoor saltwater pool, romantic getaways, cabin rental, zip line, a weekly yoga and water aerobics class, and facilities for your wedding, private party, or event. Brook Point Inn, just west of Burger King in Syracuse, 574-457-4466, or online at brookpointin.com.
It's Jeremy Van Loo, and here's your 93.7 FM The Mix weather forecast. Clear skies tonight, a low in the mid-20s. Tomorrow, cloudy skies, a slight chance for some rain in the afternoon hours, a high in the upper 30s. Tomorrow night, cloudy skies, a slight chance for some rain and drizzle, a low in the lower 30s. Looking ahead to Monday, clouds, a slight chance for some drizzle, a high in the lower 40s. And Monday night, cloudy skies, a slight chance for some evening drizzle, a low in the mid-30s.
All the hits.
All the hits.
Hi, I'm Shakira.
Hi, this is Paul McCartney.
Hi, this is Faith Hill.
We play all your favorite hits from the 70s through today. We are 93.7 FM,
The Mix.
She's blood, flesh and bone. No toes or silicone. She's touch, smell, sight, taste, and sound. But somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong, and nothing's gonna happen. Should I even bother? 'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. She's so to speak to me, I freeze immediately, 'cause what she says sounds so unreal. 'Cause somehow I can't believe that anything should happen. I know where I belong, and nothing's gonna happen. She's so high.
21, Grimm for 2.
Maddie, when you cut up, go to the high post first and then block.
Back in the yellow, back in the yellow.
Number 12, Kendall Wayne. Number 22, Kaya Humich. Wawasee is taking a full timeout.
Side. Travel.
Foul is on Kenzie Smith for Wawasee.
Come on, White! Let's go! Good job.
21, Grimm. Ella Beasley checks in for Wawasee.
Hey, go Chicago! Chicago! Chicago!
Foul is on Warsaw's Grimm. Hepler back in for Warsaw. Maddie Modern for 2. Fitzgerald.
That's a good judge. Good judge stayed free throw. Good judge.
Foul is on Kenzie Smith. Galloway back in for Wawasee.
Good. We're good, Karen. Now push and go. Morgan. Fine, fine.
Wawasee's taking a 30-second timeout. Warsaw is taking a 30-second timeout.
Good, good, good. Good job, Maddie. Good job. Nice shot, Laura.
Smith picks up a Warsaw foul. Foul is on Kenzie Smith. Use your fingers. Steiner and Beasley check in for Wawasee.
Stay in silver. Danielle and Ella down. Danielle and Ella down. There you go. Watch the travel. There you go. High pressure. Look for it.
Number 25, Hepler.
Who was that?
Foul is on Hepler for Warsaw. Jenkin with the bucket and one. Madeline Smith picks up the Warsaw foul. Danielle Jenkins at the line for Wawasee. Modern checking in for Wawasee. Number 42, Ava Harker, checks in for Wawasee. Foul is on Beasley. Wawasee is taking a full timeout.
Thanks.
Got a different color.
You're good. You're good.
It's the fourth. Attaboy. We'll figure this out.
Is this the fourth quarter? That's not by me. I always question myself. I'm like, wait, is this the fourth? First hard.
Foul is on number 23, Bradley. Number 42, Ava Harker.
Solid defense, no fouls. Work on moving your feet. Get in position. Go ahead, move your feet. That away. Move your feet. Good. Team ball.
FM and on CPG TV with live video on our YouTube channel, WHS Announce. Make sure to click the one with the Warrior head. Tonight, the Lady Warriors will take on Warsaw. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Brook Point Inn, Sox Marina, Pilcher Shoes, Lake City Bank, 1950 Signs and Graphics, Syracuse Pizza Hut, Northern Lakes Realty, Foil Plumbing, Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme. Now let's take you to the Hardwood TP with tonight's call. Here is Michael Shetler and Coach Kem Zolman.
Welcome, Lady Warrior fans, to the Hardwood TP. I'm Michael Shetler alongside Coach Kem Zolman. Coach, it's an honor to be with you. It's been a while since we've had a meeting together. I mean, Andrew's been here the past couple of times. I've been battling a couple of sicknesses, so it's good to be with you here today.
Yeah, it's good to get a tag team here a little bit, because I tease him, Andrew, enough, so maybe I can get you teased a little bit here tonight.
That's right. We got a great game for you tonight. Rivalry night here at the Hardwood TP. Your Wawasee Warriors going up against the Warsaw Tigers in a tough one tonight. Warsaw's coming in with a record of 7-3. They're under first-year Warsaw head coach Lenny Krebs. Definitely not his first year coaching. He had a long career at Goshen. This is his first year at Warsaw, and he's doing a pretty great job right now. They're coming off a win against Columbia City where they won by 10, 32-22. And then Wawasee is coming in at 6-5. They're under second-year head coach Matt Carpenter. He's got a 16-18 record, and they came off a close win against Bethany. And I don't know if you were at that game or heard about that game, but what I heard from it was that the girls really didn't play that well, and it was kind of an incomplete game, and it really just wasn't what Coach Carpenter was wanting. And so after a tough win like that and coming on to a big rivalry game like that, do you think getting the win is important for sure, but like not playing well, what do you think is more important in that instance?
Well, you know, Michael, before I get into that too much, I promised my two grandkids I'd have a shout out for them. So this is for Mayan and Cohen. They just wanted to hear their name on the radio, and I miss them, you know, but I'll get back there a little bit later. But just hi, Mayan and Cohen, and I hope you're doing well there with Grandma. But just wanted to do a quick shout out to them. The win is important, but just like losses, it depends on how you win and lose. You know, you can lose, and just because you lost, you feel it's just kind of an empty spot in your stomach. But maybe the way you played that night it kind of is okay. When there's disruption like that, you know, they're battling with sickness, they're battling with some injuries. Some kids didn't get to play. Cabri is still dealing with an injury she's had since the Westview game, I think, and so, you know, she hasn't been 100%. They held her out just to get some rest for that rib injury, and so that disrupts things, you know. And so you go on a Thursday night, I can come up with all kinds of excuses here for you, Michael. The bottom line is it's just a disruption. Those are things that you have to battle through, and they did. And sometimes you just got to say, good.
Yeah.
You know, we got to win. That's good. Let's move on. Because we got a pretty important NLC game coming up, so let's be concerned about that, and just move on. I think the biggest thing that I asked Coach before the game was I was really interested to hear his input on how the younger kids are developing, how he thought from his standpoint how the underclassmen are coming along, because you got three seniors that are playing like three seniors, and you can tell as you've been up here and you've seen them play, there's moments where they're looking like they're getting down. They turn the ball over and maybe don't really look like they care about it. And the three seniors will kind of pick it back up. And so somewhere along the line, those underclassmen got to understand that these seniors need them. And the seniors know that. But the underclassmen don't act like they know that yet. Yeah. And so he was really encouraged. And we talked about some of the things at each one of them as he went down the line, and talked about each one of the individual underclassmen and how they're coming. And a lot of times underclassmen you can get, you know, right now you got some years you can improve on in the off season, but right now they're as good physically as they're going to get. So you got to know your limitations. For this team, what's your role and what can you do that best helps us, and what don't you do very well and stay away from it. And so he talked a lot about that, and there's certain things the girls do very well. And I was really impressed in how he just went down the line of every one of his underclassmen, and he was at this point pleased with their progress. So I do believe as we move on towards postseason play, we get here at Christmas time, and it's kind of like your midterm.
Yeah.
And find out exactly where you're at, what you need to adjust, maybe some changes here or there, but you get rolling now after Christmas towards the postseason, and all these learning situations you've had, Thursday night game, you know, and keep going down the line of all the adverse things that you learn. Your underclassmen, that's a key.
Yeah.
Depth and what your underclassmen bring to the senior class in the postseason is everything.
Yeah, exactly. Wawasee, looking at throughout the years, Wawasee-Warsaw has been a pretty big rivalry, and if you guys haven't heard, I'm sure most people in the community have heard, but last night, Wawasee, your guys' team, went down to the Tiger Den at Warsaw and upset Warsaw. The first time they had beaten a Warsaw team in 11 years, the first time they'd won a conference game in over 5 years. So a huge win last night for the male Warriors last night, and now the big game tonight. Warsaw's coming in trying to equalize the playing field, making it a one-on-one matchup, and the girls right now are really fired up, and we kind of saw them last night at the game. They were very fired up, really into it in the student section. You can see the guys' basketball team is also here cheering on the Lady Warriors. What's it like in a big conference game like this, a big rivalry game like this? How does that affect the playing here tonight?
Well, you can count on the girls being pumped. I mean, I'm sure most of them were at the game last night. Probably a lot of people didn't give us a chance, but kudos to Coach Everingham and his players for stepping it up. You know, they have had some adverse times and maybe not playing exactly how they want to play, but they really stepped up and played their game and made Warsaw play what they want. It's a cool rivalry. I mean, it's inter county, and you go no matter what restaurant you go. Are you going to the game tonight? You know, and I know I was with Coach Goshert and his wife Joy last night, and we were just at a restaurant, and you know, people are asking us if we're going to the game. You know, and it's just a cool inter-county rivalry. So when you see your guys the night before step up and play like that, they're pumped. And then the Warsaw girls, they're thinking, no, we're not going to let that happen. You know, and so it's going to be interesting. Warsaw is a very young team. They've got a few seniors, but a very young team, but very talented. So it's going to be interesting to see the battle. And we've gone against people as bigger than us before, and so I don't think that's going to be anything different. But the key last night was the guys just frustrating Warsaw boys and not being able to handle that frustration with their youth. So we can possibly do the same thing. So our girls, you know, they're pumped, and Warsaw's just not wanting to let that happen. So it's going to be it's just fun. You know, there's usually more people. We're getting close to Christmas time, and so that it's going to be just an enjoyable night to see.
Definitely. Well, we're going to take our first break here with about 10 minutes to go till live action. When we return, we're going to have our coaches interview, some keys to the game, starting lineups, and a lot more. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Brook Point Inn in Syracuse, offering an indoor saltwater pool, romantic getaways, cabin rental, zip line, a weekly yoga and water aerobics class, and facilities for your wedding, private party, or event. Brook Point Inn, just west of Burger King in Syracuse, 574-457-4466 or online at brookpointinn.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Sox Marina, a full-service marina on the east side of Webster Lake, selling new trifecta pontoons, polar craft boats, Mercury, and Tohatsu outboards. Sox Marina can take care of all of your boating storage, sales, and service needs. Online at soxmarina.com or 574-834-2894. Go Warriors!
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by Pilcher Shoes in North Webster. For over 70 years, Pilcher Shoes has helped with hurting feet. They offer Brooks running and walking shoes in all sizes. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pilcher Shoes on State Road 13 in North Webster, 574-834-7463 or online at pilchershoes.com. Wawasee Warrior Basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Lake City Bank, serving Indiana with 49 offices. We are proud to support all of our Wawasee Warrior teams. Find an office online at lakecitybank.com.
Welcome back to the Hardwood CP Lady Warrior fans. We're about 7:45 left to go and still tip-off here. But earlier today we had a coach's interview. Our own Andrew Mamone got that for you, so we're going to give that to you, and here's that for you now.
Today I'm with head Lady Warrior basketball coach Matt Carpenter. Coach, thanks again for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Looking at your season, your overall record is 6-5 with 11 regular season games left to play. Do you think your girls are ready for this end stretch of the season?
Well, right now we're right at that mid-season point here, so this is like a little mini season, if you will. 2 more games before Christmas break. Then we'll have about 4 or 5 days off here to kind of regroup, if you will, for the home stretch. So, we've been improving every week, figuring out some things about ourselves and how to improve. So hopefully we're ready to go for a good stretch run.
Now, Coach, this game tonight is a little different than every other game of the year because it's a rivalry game against Warsaw. Does that change anything in how you view this game?
Not for me. I mean, the W game, as a coach, I know it's important. What I do know is that my players are pumped and they'll be ready to play. So, but they should be motivated for every game, especially a conference game. It is going up against my former or my current mentor, I guess you could say, Lenny Krebs, and the head coach. So, and with our JV coach, Trent Beer, his dad, being the JV coach at Warsaw. So, there is a little extra incentive, I guess, in some of that. But we prepared the same way. We scouted the same, we walked through the same, we made sure that we covered all of our ground. So from that perspective, it's just another chance to pick up a conference win.
So last night, Coach, I don't know if you know this or not, but the guys' team actually went into the Tiger Den at Warsaw and beat them on their home court, breaking that conference losing streak that they had, about 7 years of not winning a conference game. So they got the big win last night. Does that game from last night do anything to help your team's morale and kind of, the guys did their job helping the girls do their job tonight?
Yeah, a lot of the girls were there. They support each other. The boys and girls programs are really close, and the guys will come to our games. The girls will go to their games. So, I think it just helps the school in general to win a game like that and to show the progress that the guys have been making over the last year and a half with John here as coach. So, I like to think that it propels us a little bit more, gives us a little extra fuel. I know Warsaw is going to be they're going to be ready to go though too. They want to defend. They know what happened last night. The girls do as well. So it should be a tight game tonight.
Coach, what went into preparing for Warsaw this week? As no one on your team, including your seniors, know what it's like to beat a Warsaw team with Warsaw winning the past 3 meetings. So no one on your team has actually beaten a Warsaw team on a varsity stage.
Well, that should change tonight if we play well. But for us, it's all about personnel. New coach, so new system. So all of the old Warsaw, the old 2-3 zone, the being physical, the playing the 2-2-1 press. That's gone. So this is a completely different year. The girls are fairly familiar with a lot of their players, although they do have some young girls that are stepping up this year as well. So for us, it was making sure that we understand their man-to-man sets, what they're going to look to do against us, making sure we have people matched up correctly. We've got a couple things in store for them, hopefully, that they're not ready for. But, at the same time, we didn't have a whole lot of time. I mean, we just played Thursday at Bethany. So you hope that was a nice tune-up game to get us going for tonight.
And lastly, Coach, like always, what are your keys to getting the big win here tonight?
Well, probably first and foremost is limit our turnovers. So we've really struggled handling the ball right now, especially with teams that are physical and long like Warsaw is. So we're going to have to win the turnover battle. Second thing is points in the paint. They're not overly tall, but everybody's taller than us. But they've got some length, some athleticism, some strength down in the post. So trying to prevent as many paint touches for them. And on the flip side, for us offensively, we know we're playing well when we're getting a lot of paint touches, when we're working inside out and getting to the free throw line. So that's going to be huge that way. And then third, we've got to shoot better than 28% like we did at Bethany on Thursday. I mean, I'd like to come out tonight and shoot over 40%. I feel like if we do that and limit our turnovers, that we're going to be in good shape.
All right, Coach. Thank you for coming in, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That was our coach's interview with Coach Matt Carpenter. And Coach Zolman, what are your initial thoughts on the coach's words?
Yeah, it's pretty much kind of what we talked about. Is the kids know the rivalry better than you do almost as a coach, and as a coach, you kind of you just coach the way you do. You know, you can't treat it any differently. It's just there's extra incentive on both sides. So you just let the kids take care of that, and it's going to be the ones that can shoot. You know, shooting. I was a defensive coach myself, and we prided ourselves on our defense a lot. But the bottom line is, and that does, it's usually the best team the team that plays the defense the best, because you usually have pretty good offensive teams if you're going some ways in the down the stretch in the postseason. But the bottom line is you got to hit the basket.
Yeah.
I mean, you can play defense all day long, and if that ball don't go in the hole, it's like going to work and never getting paid.
Right.
And so you got to be able to shoot the ball. So I agree with him 100%. That's the key in everything. And the younger you are, you think your shots aren't hitting, so your whole game goes kaflooey. As a senior, you know that if your shots aren't falling, you figure out other ways to get it done. And that just comes with experience. But it'll come down to, I think, who's making shots the best. Lenny is, I keep wanting to look down on the floor and see him red, you know, because he's been Goshen for so long. And now he's got orange, so it just doesn't jive with me. But but at the same time, you know, he's gonna utilize his post. They're gonna seal from the weak side when shots goes up. So I think rebounding for us is going to be ultimate importance, because you can be a poor shooting team, but a pretty good rebounding team and have closer in shots. So it's going to be a pretty important deal that we take care of the boards, I think, as well.
Yeah, and something that kind of stood out to me was Coach Carpenter mentioned that he is playing against his old mentor in Coach Krebs. He was an assistant coach at Goshen 3 years ago before he took the job here at Wawasee, and you kind of feel like that's another part of the rivalry here. And if the rivalry wasn't big enough here against Wawasee and Warsaw, then you got Coach Krebs and then Coach Carpenter. Do you think that's in the back of Coach Carpenter's mind a little bit going into this one?
Oh, you know, to say it's not would be crazy to say. But I'm sure that's more between him probably and Coach Krebs than it is the girls. The girls don't care about that stuff. But for him he wants to do well against his mentor, and his mentor doesn't want his student to do it on him. You know, so there's a little bit of that going on, I'm sure.
And looking at the conference, this is Warsaw's first conference game of the year. This is Wawasee's third. Wawasee is 0-2 right now, so they're trying to get their first conference game of the year here at W. Now looking at the other games going around in the conference, we're going to start off with girls. Other girls games going on. Elkhart Memorial is at Concord. Northwood is at Plymouth. And on the guide side of things, the local games going around. Crown Point is at Warsaw. Elkhart Memorial is at Valparaiso. Fairfield is home against Jimtown. Northwood is at Goshen. And then South Bend St. Joseph is at Elkhart Central. So a lot of games going around right now in the NLC local games. I just got a local game update actually right now. It is the Fairfield Jimtown game. At the end of the first quarter, Fairfield is trailing 8-11 to Jimtown. And Fairfield actually just got all of their starters back from suspension this week, or their last game last night against Hamilton. So they're kind of starting to jive a little bit, trying to get their starters and chemistry back going. But now they have an opportunity to get back on track. Well, the buzzer's sounding here. We're a couple moments off. We're going to get the starting lineups and keys of the game. I'm going to hit you up with some keys of the game here before we get to the national anthem. I'm going to go with Wawasee's first. We're going to go national anthem, and then we're going to get back to Warsaw's. Wawasee's is limiting turnovers, controlling the paint, and shooting better. Coach really talked about that, shooting better, shooting very poorly against Bethany, and so that is probably the biggest thing. Limiting turnovers, crucial, and then controlling the paint, as always, is very important. Now we have our pep band giving us the national anthem, and we're going to give that to you right now.
Plays our national anthem.
That was the Wawasee Pep Band giving you the national anthem, and a great job as always. They always do a really good job. Now we just went over Wawasee's keys to the game. I'm going to refresh you a little bit. Was limit turnovers, controlling the paint, and then shooting better. Any other things that stand out to you, Coach, that you really think Wawasee needs to do well tonight to get a win tonight?
Yeah, I just think that there's going to be ebbs and flows in every game, and the key is that when those low points come, adverse times come within a game, that you just don't let them get out at an 8 to 10 point run and put the game in a situation where you're playing from behind so much. So that's going to be real key too, I think. It's just maintaining a level flow of focus and staying with what you do. Don't get involved in what they do. You just do what you do.
Exactly. Now, we talked to Coach Krebs before the game. He gave us 3 keys to the game as well. His first one was play well defensively. They really need to play well defensively. And like we said, defense wins championships. Coach Zolman was kind of talking about how later in the stretch, defense is the really big factor that comes into play in high school basketball. The second thing he talked about was being aggressive in transition and work the transition. They feel like that they can get some turnovers off this Wawasee team, then convert those points in transition. So if they can do that, it could be a long night for Wawasee, and they could be getting a lot of points on that end. And then lastly, it was eliminate Wawasee's second chance opportunities and then converting their own. They have a little bit of a height advantage here tonight, and if they can get some offensive boards and get extra points, that is huge and demoralizing for the other team. So that's a big factor here for Warsaw tonight. Well, they're announcing the starters for both Wawasee and Warsaw, so we're going to do that as well. We're going to start with Wawasee. For your point guard position for your Wawasee Warriors, it's going to be senior Aubrey Kuhn. At 2 guard is going to be junior Casey Schroeder. At forward is Hannah Marie Lamley, another senior, and the 4th senior in the starting lineup, Cabria Rosacek, another forward. And then at the center position is going to be Hannah Lancaster, the sophomore. So same old lineup we've had this entire season, and it's nice to see Cabria back. Like you said, she missed the last Bethany game, so hopefully she can make a big impact, and I'm sure she's looking to in a big rivalry game like this. Looking at the Warsaw, go for it, Coach.
I feel really bad. I gave Andrew such a hard time because Cabria come over here and threw me a T-shirt last week, and I didn't know she had a rib injury. I bet that was really a chore for her to get that T-shirt.
That's probably true. I didn't even think about that.
I'll have to send her a Christmas card or something.
Good call, Coach. Now looking at the Warsaw varsity, we have junior Maddie Ryman. Then at the 2 guard, we have Casey Bragg. Then the 1 starting senior on this Warsaw squad at the 4 position is Emma Bowencamper. And then Kylie Patton. And then the center position is Brielle Harrison. So, like you said, a very young squad. Warsaw has only 1 senior on the starting lineup, and they have 3 total on the team. But like you said, a very talented squad as well.
Do you recognize that name down as senior? Is that Maya Holsklaw? Man alive, the last time I saw Holsklaw, she played for University of Tennessee. And we just can only hope she's not near that talented.
Yes, definitely. Jumping right now for Wawasee is going to be Hannah Marie Lamley, and then for Warsaw's number 31, Casey Bragg. As the refs are talking to the players, getting ready to give the jump. It's Warrior basketball at its finest. Big rivalry game here tonight at the Hardwood Teepee. We're excited. The girls are excited. The fans are excited. Packed house here tonight at the Warrior Teepee. We're ready to get underway here. Ref blows his whistle, throws the ball in the air, and the tip goes in favor of Wawasee.
That's good timing, man. She just got up there, didn't she?
Great job there as Aubrey Kuhn's going to start out for
it's like
the
a 1-2-2 defense.
Interesting defensive look, like Coach said, for Warsaw. Aubrey passes it around the perimeter. Now the Warriors have it on the left baseline. Now Cabria Rosacek has the top of the key. Over to Kuhn now on the right side. Kuhn skips it over. Now the ball on the left baseline. Passing it to the other baseline. Now skips it across to the top. Ball moving around the perimeter for the Warriors. Hannah Marie Lamley has it now at the top. She dribbles left. Now to Casey Schroeder. She skips it across to the left baseline. Cabria Rosacek takes a 3, and she is in and out. Rebounded by Hannah Marie Lamley. She puts it up and in and out again. Loose ball this time. The rebound goes to Warsaw, and Warsaw's pushing down the other end. Transition bucket attempt on the other end is off the mark. Loose ball, and it's going to be a jump ball, I believe. Yes, great hustle there by Hannah Marie Lamley to get her hands in there and force a jump ball. It looks like, I believe it's going to stay here with Warsaw.
Oh, we own the boards here. We got the offensive rebound and just missed a point-blank layup, and that was big because that could have got the fans going right away, got the first basket. So we're down here. They got the tie-up, so it's their ball.
Bragg taking it out of bounds for Warsaw. She has it underneath her own basket. Now passes it left, and it goes right through the hands of number 11, Maddie Ryman, out of bounds. Turnover for Warsaw, and it looks like Casey Schroeder's holding her face. It looked like she might have got elbowed in the face. She's holding her face. Does not look good. I wonder if she got hit in the nose down low under the basket. I think she's going to stay in the game, though, since there's no blood. She doesn't have to get out. Oh, no, now she is bleeding, so I think she's going to have to come out. You hate to see that, especially early in the game. And Casey Schroeder is just a huge influencer in this game for this Wawasee team. She's actually been coming off an injury herself. She missed the first couple games due to injury, and now coming back the last couple games.
She'll be all right. Just got a flying arm in her nose, and that always just brings some instant tears. And just because you get hit in the nose, she's not crying or anything. That just does.
Hannah Lancaster checks in for the Warriors. Wawasee has the ball as Aubrey Kuhn passes half court. Kabir Rostchek has it being guarded tightly by the Tiger defender. She has it on the right wing, now passes the ball off to Lancaster. Lancaster skips it over to the left wing. Kuhn has it, now tries to pass it down low, and it's stolen by number 34, Patton, for Warsaw. Patton has the ball on the left side. She passes to the left baseline. The long two attempt is on the way. It's off the mark and rebounded by Kabir Rostchek. And they're going to call a foul, I believe, on Warsaw number 11, Maddie Ryman. Good job by Kabir Rostchek being strong with the ball and not giving up any position.
She had really nice position on the weak side. That's a senior there. She knows the ball's being shot on the left side of the basket, so she got on the right side to get that weak side rebound.
No score here. 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wawasee has the ball, and the press by Warsaw looks like they're trying to trap on the passes.
Yep.
Ball on the left side of the court, now dribble to the middle, skipped across. Warninger takes the long two from the right side. It's in and out. Rebound goes to Warsaw, number 33, Emma Bowenkirk. And a bad pass trying to hit number 23, Harrison, in transition, goes over her head, out of bounds, turnover for Warsaw.
You can see they're trying to push the ball up a lot, and so far the two times they pushed it up, they got 2 turnovers. So they're either not used to it or they're just maybe they're pumped a little bit. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Both teams look like they're very pumped right now. As Hannah Lancaster has the ball for the Wawasee Warriors. She dribbles into the right baseline.
She got to stay away from that right baseline.
Passes it down low, and it's going to be a jump ball. The ball went into Hannah Marie Lamley, and then 2 defenders there for the Tigers got the jump ball. It's going to stay here, though, with Wawasee as Kabir Rostchek taking it out under her own basket for the Warriors. Rostchek passes it up top to Kuhn. She has it now on the right side. Gets it down low to Wardinger in the post. Passes it out to the baseline to Rostchek. She drives, picks up her dribble, tries to skip it to the opposite baseline, gets it to Lancaster. Lancaster hits the long two from the left baseline. The first points of the game for either team go to the Warriors, and it's 2-0. Wawasee lead with 4:42 left to go in the first quarter. Warsaw has the ball now. At the point is Maddie Ryman for the Tigers. Trying to set up the offense. She passes it left. Ball on the left wing now.
Looks like we're in a 2-3 zone ourselves, just kind of trying to get organized in it. There we are. We're all set now, I think.
Bowenkamper has it now on the left wing, passes back up to the top to Ryman. And like Coach said, a 3-2 zone being applied by the Warrior defense. Ball moving around the perimeter for the Tigers right now. With the ball right now is Ryman at the top. She passes it left to number 34, Patton. Tries to enter it down low into the post, and it's stolen. Another turnover for Warsaw. Hannah Lancaster pushing. Now she's going to let up. Dribbles back to the middle, passes it over to Hannah Marie Lamley, who has it on the left baseline. She dribbles back middle and passes it to Lancaster. Lancaster passes to Kuhn. Now to Rostchek on the right wing. Rostchek looks to shoot. Now looks to enter in the post, doesn't. Throws it out to the top instead. With the ball on the left baseline is Hannah Lancaster. Now to Rostchek at the top of the key. And Hannah was trying to streak down the middle, and she wasn't really looking for it. She was open, and Rostchek tried to hit her, but Lancaster wasn't looking for it. Went off of her hands, and it's a turnover for Wawasee. Warsaw takes possession. Lyman has it, and now it's stolen right back by Aubrey Kuhn. Great defense there by Kuhn as she's pushing it up. Tries to pass it to Wardinger. Great pass down low and a travel underneath the basket. Frustrating to see that after a great steal. You have an opportunity to get some points, and you can't convert it.
We just got to settle down now. You know, we got 7 turnovers amongst the two teams. We've got 4 for Warsaw, 3 for us, and it's just trying to make things happen that's not quite there.
Yeah.
We've got good movement on our offense against their 1-2-2 zone, but it's kind of like we're cutting with no purpose. So we're cutting, but we're not looking for the ball. We're cutting to open areas. We just got to turn around and look for the ball. Because Cabria showed that she's going to throw it in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes we got 2 people flashing into the gap, and they're both there at the same time. And so it's a timing. It's just a timing thing, but there's gaps all over in there if they'll just look to cut with a purpose.
Yeah, Hannah Lancaster cut to the middle. I'm not really sure why she didn't look to the ball because she was wide open for a little bit, and Kabir Rostchek saw that, tried to get it into her. And just off her hand, she wasn't really paying attention, and frustrating turnover there for the Warriors. Now they're going to have to get back on defense, and it looks like the Warriors are going to be doing a full-court press here as we come back off of a 30-second timeout from Warsaw. Warsaw taking it out down low. Let's see if the trap defense, full court press by Wawasee can be effective. Warsaw now does pass half court on the right side. The ball goes to number 33, Bonekamper on the right wing. Now she passes it up to Ryman. Ryman has it on the right side. Still 2-0, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Warsaw with the basketball. Ryman passes it over to Bonekamper. She tries to get it down low to the post, does. Skip out to the left wing. The 3 attempt is on the way, and it is off the mark. Loose ball on the floor, and it's picked up by Rosicek. And she is thrown down, but Harrison looked like she had possession of the ball also. It's going to be another jump ball, and this time it's going to stay here with Warsaw. And now we're going to have another timeout call, this time by Coach Carpenter and Wawasee. So we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have the remainder of first quarter action here. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV.
Wawasee Warrior Basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. Get custom solutions to your sign needs, including banners, commercial signs, graphic designs, and vehicles. 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. On Facebook at 1950 Signs and Graphics. 574-325-0758.
Playing 50 years of hits you love. We are 93.7 FM The Mix, WRWTLP Syracuse, a Pathways program.
Welcome back, Lady Warrior fans. And coming off of the timeout by Wawasee, Wawasee has the ball. With it now is Rosicek on the right side. Now she passes back to the middle. Moving on the perimeter right now are the Warriors. Casey Schroeder a check back in for the Warriors. She has the ball now on the left wing. Now the ball goes to Hannah Marie Lamley. Back to Schroeder. She takes a 3 now. She is in and out. Rebound goes to Warsaw. 3 was on the left baseline. Good shot attempt. She had an open shot there.
Yep, nothing wrong with that shot.
Ball moving in transition is Warsaw.
I don't agree with that one.
And then a travel call on Warsaw, number 31. Bragg had the free throw line, pumped and drove, and controversial call, but called it.
Yeah, we lost the sectional game because of that call, and so it's kind of whenever I see that again, I want to run out there and say, no, it's not.
Yeah.
So she kept her pivot foot. It's her movement foot that gives a little hesitation, little jab step, and it makes it look that way. She had good inside pivot there.
Wawasee has the ball now on the opposite end. With the ball is Rosicek on the left wing. Now goes to Hannah Marie Lamley. Back to Rosicek. She's quickly double teamed, tries to get out of it, and does. Pumps, passes it over to the left baseline. Wardinger gets out of a double team, now passes it back up to the middle. And they got to skip it around. They're keeping it in the left side.
Well, the defense is doing a pretty good job of keeping them here.
Ball is skipped to the right wing to Rosicek. 2-0 still. Wawasee has the lead with just under 3 minutes to go. As Hannah Marie Lamley's shot is blocked by number 23, Harrison. And now Warsaw pushing in transition on the other end. With the bar now is Ryman at the top. She passes it right. Now right back to Ryman. Ryman trying to set up the offense for Warsaw. Lenny Krebs calling out a play here. 2-0, Wawasee leads, 2.5 minutes to go.
So both teams are in a 1-2-2, and sometimes we did a full court press, and sometimes they did a 1-3-1 half court press. So.
Ball's tried to enter down low. It's tipped away, but luckily for Warsaw, they picked the ball right back up, and it's going to stay here with the Tigers. Ball at the top of the key to Ryman. She passes it right. Now the ball goes to Harrison on the right baseline. Now back to Bonekamper, and she passes it to Ryman at the top. Now back to Bonekamper. She dribbles middle, passes it left. Ball on the left wing now, back up to the top. Now back to the left wing now on the left baseline. Good passing by the Tigers, and Laws tried to pass down low again. This time it's poked away and stolen by Wawasee. Casey Schroeder has the ball down the left wing. She pumps, drives baseline, takes the off-balance floater. It's in and out. Loose ball, and now it's picked up by Bonekamper and Warsaw. Not very much scoring going on right now as Warsaw has the ball. 2-0. Wawasee leads by 2. The floater on the other end is good. And finally, Warsaw gets a bucket. That's number 34, Kaylee Patton. And we're all tied here at 2 with 1:40 to go in the first. Wardinger has the ball now on the left wing. Now she gets it to Kuhn. Kuhn skips it across to Schroeder. Schroeder down low on the post. Skips it out. Hannah Marie Lamley pumps, drives. Now she's going to kick out. Now a drive by Kuhn. She takes the off-balance floater, and she gets the lucky bounce. Aubrey Kuhn, a big 2 for the Warriors. And now it's 4-2 with 1:20 left. Ball goes to the left wing for Warsaw. The drive, the off-balance floater is off, but a foul is called on the shot attempt, and that's going to be number 34, Patton again. She's going to go to the line to try and cut into this Warrior lead.
She did a nice job driving into this is off transition again, so everybody's reeling back, trying to get back on defense, and she got it and took it immediately to the middle, and people were going out for the dish out, so she just kept driving right to the bucket. Got it. Going to get a couple free throws here.
Low scoring first quarter. It's 4-2 as Patton misses her first. 1:15 left to go in the first quarter as we have a couple of substitutions. Kennedy Patton and Haley Ship are coming in for Warsaw, and then Hannah Lancaster is checking in for Wawasee. But Patton did miss the first free throw attempt, so she's going to have a second attempt trying to cut in this lead. Not going to be able to tie it up, but possibly get her team down by 1. The shot is on the way, and it is in and out. So no points there on the free throw attempts for Warsaw, and it's still 4-2. Wawasee leads. Wawasee has the ball now. Lancaster passes it to Schroeder. She has on the left baseline now. Moving around the perimeter are the Warriors. Ball now goes to the right side to Aubrey Kuhn. She passes the free throw line to Schroeder. Now conduct the roster check on the right wing. Now passes down to the low baseline. Now back out to the roster check. She thought about shooting. Passes it off instead. Lancaster has it now. And now over to Schroeder on the left baseline. Tightly guarded. Now she gets out of it. Passes it over to the top to Lancaster. Lancaster has a travel there. Looked like a carry, but either way, it's going to be a turnover for Wawasee.
Yeah, right now we're not. Man, we did an excellent job getting it to the middle. We had the backside wide open. We didn't have anybody cutting, and we flashed to the middle, but we flashed right to a defender right where they're at. So it's just little things to help us. We can get it in the middle whenever we want to.
Ryman has the ball for Warsaw. It's 4-2 right now. Wawasee leads with 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Ryman has it, passes it left. Now the ball is entered down low to Patton in the baseline. Now she skips it. The right wing three's on the way, and it is in and out. Loose ball. Rebounded by Warsaw. The shot is up and off, but a foul is called, and that's going to send number 31, Casey Bragg, to the line to shoot 2 free throws for Warsaw.
They haven't, neither team has really shot a lot. Warsaw especially, just that's probably only the third or fourth shot I can remember in the whole first half. And so we're not getting a lot of, the reason I say that, we're not getting a lot of offensive rebounds. They've got 3 offensive rebounds, and I dare say that not too much, maybe a couple more shots is all they've had all first quarter.
Bragg goes 2 for 2 from the line, so we're all tied here at 4. And checking in for Warsaw is number 33, Emma Bowenkamper, and going out is number 11, Maddie Ryman.
Holstall come in, yeah.
Wawasee has the ball. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Looks like they're going to stop and get the last shot here. We're all tied at 4. Kuhn has it at the top for Wawasee. 5 seconds to go now. Schroeder has it on the left wing. She skips it across to Rostacek. Rostacek trying to go somewhere with it. She's double teamed. 2 seconds. Off balance shot is on the way, and it is off the mark, off the backboard, and that's going to end the first quarter. As we end the first quarter, your score is Wawasee 4, Warsaw 4. And we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have second quarter action here for you. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV is brought to you in part by Syracuse Pizza Hut. Pizza, pasta, wings, desserts, indoor seating for the whole family, online ordering, adult beverages, and delivery in the Syracuse area. Syracuse Pizza Hut on State Road 13 in Syracuse. 574-457-8300 or online at pizzahut.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Northern Lakes Realty in Syracuse. It's a seller's market, and Northern Lakes Realty is growing. Realtors Vince Beasley, Jay Stewart, Jessica Van Lanningham, Marcus Moore, and Jim Lane can help with selling or purchasing a home. Northern Lakes Realty, 207 West Main Street in Uptown Syracuse. 574-457-2880 or online at nlrealtyllc.com.
Welcome back to the Hardwood Teepee, Lady Warrior fans. Just coming off of the first quarter, your score, Wawasee 4, Warsaw 4, and a pretty low-scoring game. Both teams not really doing very well offensively, but it's a close battle, and that's what you want to see in a tough rivalry game like this.
Yeah, I'm just a little concerned. They're leading the rebounding wars 8-3 right now, so we're getting one shot pretty much and done is what's happening. So we need to pick that up a little bit, make sure that they don't convert on their offensive rebound. There it goes to the middle again.
3-2 zone being applied by Warsaw. Wawasee gets the ball as we start the second quarter. Good job passing by Wawasee, making sure they're not getting any bad passes. They're trying to get it into the middle to break the press. The ball is at the top now to Hannah Lancaster. She passes it over to Schroeder. Now pass to baseline, and it's tipped out of bounds off of number 3, Kennedy Patton for Warsaw. So it's going to stay here with Wawasee. 7.5 minutes to go in the second. 4-4 is your score. Schroeder taking it out underneath her own basket for Wawasee. Schroeder looking to inbound it. No one open initially. Now she does try and find Hannah Marie Lamley, and does, deep in the backcourt. Now the ball goes to Kuhn. Kuhn has it at the top. Kuhn drives, great spin move, tries to cut. Now she passes it off to the streaking Schroeder. Schroeder drives, dribbles, penetrates, loses the ball, stolen. Now it's poked away again and picked up by Wawasee. Schroeder has a one-on-one down low. She takes the off-balance shot off the mark. Henry Lamley with the offensive board. She's triple teamed and now a foul called on Warsaw. Good job by Hannah Marie Lamley with a bunch of defenders there for Warsaw. She was the lone Wawasee player getting her hands on the ball and getting the rebound.
She battled well there. Just kept moving, kept going to the ball. That was very good on her part. Get us another opportunity here, another offensive possession.
And that's what Coach Zolman was talking about. Wawasee really needing. The inbounds pass does go to Hannah Marie Lamley, and she hits the fadeaway from the low post. Good shot there by Hannah Marie Lamley, and that's going to give Wawasee a 2-point lead here, 6-4 as we hit the 7-minute mark in the second quarter. With the ball is Patton. She passes it left to Patton. 2 Pattons on the court right now for Warsaw. Number 34, Kaylee Patton has the ball right now for the Warsaw Tigers. 3-2 zone defense being applied right now by Wawasee. Ball now on the left wing, now to the top of the key. Now passes the left baseline. The long two is on the way. It is off the mark and rebounded by Aubrey Kuhn and Wawasee. Good defense there by Wawasee, forcing the long two. Aubrey Kuhn has it now for the Warriors at the top of the key.
That was good. Just one shot and done. So that was a good, again, another senior doing on the weak side rebounding, which is very, very key.
Both teams playing zones defensively. The ball is entered down low, and then a bad pass by Wardinger. She tried to pass it to the opposite block to Anna Marie Lamley, and it was stolen by Warsaw. They're pushing in transition. Now long two from the right baseline is good. Great shot there by number 5, Hale Ship. And now it's going to be 6-6. We're all tied here with just under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. With the ball for Wawasee is Aubrey Kuhn. Tight defense now. She hands the ball off to Lancaster. Ball goes left. It's kicked out of bounds by number 3, Patton. And it's going to stay here with Wawasee. Rostacek and Danielle Jenkins checking in for Wawasee. And then number 23, Harrison, is checking in for number 34, Kaylee Patton for Warsaw. Taking the ball out on the left sideline is Jenkins for Wawasee. She passes it in to Aubrey Kuhn. Kuhn has it at the top. Dribbles left. Picks up her dribble, now throws it off to Schroeder. Now right back to Kuhn. Kuhn gets at the free throw line to Rostacek. Ball goes to Jenkins. Jenkins takes the three. She's off the mark from the left wing. Loose ball, and it's picked up by Schroeder. She tries to pass it down low. Bad pass, and it goes off of, I believe, Warsaw. Yes, it goes off of a Warsaw player's hand. Out of bounds. Going to stay here with Wawasee.
I think, we're getting into the middle, and all of Warsaw's defense looking at that ball. The underneath back door is wide open, and we're kind of standing on the arc.
Yeah.
We're not shooting a real good percentage right now. I'd like to see us cut to the basket and get some layups off of this.
Ball is inbounded to Aubrey Kuhn. She has the ball now at the top of the key. Still 6-6 is your score as we have 5:10 left to go in the second quarter. And a carry there by Aubrey Kuhn and Wawasee. A turnover there. They haven't had that many. I believe they're winning the turnover battle right now, but a rare turnover there for Wawasee, and it's going to go right back to Warsaw.
Yeah, that's the reason she might have had to turn the ball over is because she got a body block coming off of the screen. But that's what it appeared about 30, 40 feet above the play there.
With the ball for Warsaw is number 3, Patton. She passes it to the middle. Ball moving around the perimeter. Ball down the left wing. Entered down low to the post to Harrison, and then Rostacek fouls her down low in the post. Foul was on the floor, so Warsaw's going to take it out down low. Your score is still 6-6. Not very many fouls going on in this game right now.
No,
3 on Wawasee.
3-2. It's been a pretty fast game. We're about 5 minutes to go in the half, and it's just been a good defensive battle, and the shooting woes still continue with both teams. So it's neither team wanting to fold right now. Nobody really getting a momentum shift, and so we'll see what happens here going into this.
Ball is almost
good
stolen.
Battle.
Yeah, ball is almost stolen on the inbounds pass, but luckily for Warsaw, the tip goes to a Warsaw player. They have the ball now with 4:40 left to go in the game. We're all tied here. Ryman has the ball for the Tigers. She passes it left to Ship. Ship now
Looks
to
like we're
Bone
switched
Kemper.
to man-to-man now a little bit.
Man defense now for the Warriors. Ryman has it. She drives right. Picks up her dribble. Looks to shoot it. Off-balance shot and a foul called. Kind of bailed her out there. She picked up her dribble. Didn't really have anywhere to go. Put up a shot and got. Oh no! It looks like it's going to be a foul on Warsaw.
No, they traveled.
A travel. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
She had a pivot foot and then she stepped through. Not quite like an up and under move. So call her for a travel there.
Travel there, so it's a turnover for Warsaw. Still 6-6 as Wawasee takes possession here.
Both teams with 7 turnovers to this point.
The turnover battle is tied. Jenkins has it for Wawasee on the right wing. Warsaw fans wanted to travel there, but she kept her dribble. Henry Lamley drives, tries to kick it out to the top, and it's stolen by Ryman, and Warsaw pushing on the other end. Passes it down low and tipped out of bounds. Good transition defense there by Wardinger to tip it out of bounds and not let Warsaw get the easy 2.
Yeah, that was good because they had a layup going on there, so it's good she got a hand on that. Knock it out.
Similar to the guys' game, it's a low-scoring game as we are 4 minutes away from ending the first half. It's 6-6 right now. The guys ended their game last night in a 10-11 game at halftime. So interesting there as they're similar here tonight as Warsaw has the ball. The pass was deep and almost over and back call on Warsaw, but the refs don't call anything, and Warsaw's going to have the ball still. Bowen Kemper has it now on the right wing. She passes it to Ryman at the top. Now it looks like it's going to be a 3-2 zone again for Wawasee on defense. And Ryman doesn't have anywhere to go with it. Now she does hand the ball off to Patton. Patton passes it down low. It's tipped up in the air, but then picked up by Harrison. Now Ryman has it. Hands the ball off to Patton. Patton now has the top of the key. 3.5 minutes to go. Good defense right now by Wawasee. Warsaw really haven't had any good looks on offense. Now they do get one on the left side, and it's connected. Good long 2 there by Ship. And that's going to be the first lead for Warsaw in this game, 8-6 with 3:15 left to go in the second quarter. Schroeder has on the right wing, passes it over to Jenkins. She has a right baseline and just goes off of her hand out of bounds. Bad turnover there for Wawasee.
Yeah, that was just a youthful mistake. Looked like Ollie and Hoosiers there driving the baseline and going off her foot, but I'm just so impressed with her. I just like the way she sees the floor as a young person. Still makes some freshman mistakes, but you're going to make the commitment to play a freshman, you got to put up with some of that.
Full court press being applied by Wawasee. Warsaw does break it and gets a pretty good look down low on the other end, but it's off the mark by Harrison. Rebound goes to Wawasee. Wawasee has the ball as we just get under the 3-minute mark. 8-6 is your score. Tigers lead here at the Hardwood Teepee. Kuhn has the ball for Wawasee. She passes it to Jenkins on the right side, takes a screen from Hannah Marie Lamley, looks to pass it to her, passes it to Schroeder instead, and the ball moving around the perimeter goes to Kuhn. She drives baseline and gets a foul down low before the shot, I believe, so she's going to take it out underneath the basket.
It looks like the two coaches it's like monkey see, monkey do. You know, we switched to a man and then went back to 3-2, and right now Warsaw's playing man-to-man. So they're kind of playing a little match, whatever they want, whatever he's doing, I'm going to try to do it, do it a little better.
Anything you can do, I can do better, as the song goes. The inbound pass goes to Hannah Lancaster, and it's stolen away by Ryman, and Warsaw's going to be pushing it down on the other end. All the way is Ship. She puts off the outbound shot. Once the foul, doesn't get it, and the shot is off, and it's going to go in the favor of Wawasee, and their transition is stolen by Warsaw. And the long 2 from the free throw line is good by the senior Emma Bowenkamper. So a couple steals there in transition by both teams, and it goes in favor of Warsaw there.
This is a tough time of the game right now. We got 2 minutes to go and a half. There hasn't been more than a 2-point lead the whole game long, and they got a 4-point lead right now. So it's important we get a basket here. This is, in a game like this, there it is.
Great pick and roll. As Wardinger had an open shot, she misses. Just under 2 minutes, it's 10-6. Warsaw has the ball, pushing it in transition. Now a 3 attempt by Ship is off the mark from the left wing. Quick shot, loose ball, and it's going to be picked up by Wardinger and Wawasee. So lucky for Wawasee. Ship had an open shot. Transition on the other end. Casey Schroeder drives and draws a foul.
Glad we got that foul because she was throwing to nothing there, and it right to the Warsaw girl. Actually, that would have been a turnover.
Yep.
So it's good we got a foul. It's going to be our ball underneath the basket again. This is 1 minute 40 and a half. No one's had bigger point margin than 2 points, and they're up by 4 right now. So it's pretty important. I know it's early, but this is really kind of important in a game like this to score.
Important possession here for Wawasee. The inbound pass goes to Jenkins, and she travels. So 2 turnovers by Jenkins, and Warsaw's going to get the ball with 1 minute 40 here. Now, you think they're going to hold for the last shot, or you think they're going to try and push it early?
I don't see them doing any different. I just think they've been passing and they're getting our defense shifted to one side so well that they're hitting the weak side for wide open shots.
Yeah.
We're back to man-to-man right now, though.
Man-to-man defense with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half. Your score, Warsaw 10, Wawasee 6. With the ball is Harrison, the top of the key for the Tigers. She passes it left to Ryman. Ryman has it on the left wing. Now the ball goes to Patton. She takes the very long 2 and connects just in front of the 3-point line. And now it's a 12-6 point and a 6-point lead for Warsaw, and that could be big here with 1:10 to go. Wawasee really needs to get some points going.
They've gone man-to-man as well, and the pressure's been turned up a little bit.
Jenkins drives for Wawasee, tries to pass it down low. Bad pass, and it's going to be stolen by Harrison, and Warsaw has the ball again. 55 seconds to go. Ryman pressuring. Now she kicks it out. Patton takes the three, and she is good. Patton with 5 unanswered points for Warsaw, and it's going to be a timeout. Wawasee, we're going to keep it here with 49 seconds left to go in the first half, but huge buckets there by Patton to extend this lead. It's a 9-point lead for Warsaw. 15-6 is the score with just under 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, it was 6-6, and they've gone on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes here to kind of pull it out. And as we talked, it's been a close tie, 2-point ball game, tie, 2-point ball game, and then with 2 minutes, that's all it takes. You know, we're talking a very small part of the first half, and a 9-0 run in a game like this can be just huge. So it's a good timeout, even though there's only 49 seconds left in the half. You don't want to go into half being way behind now. I mean, this is still doable. But the last 49 seconds, they're on a roll, and they're feeling it. The momentum's changed. We've had nothing. They switched defenses on us, man-to-man, and put more pressure on us. We've had turnover after turnover after turnover.
Yeah.
And they've converted. That's what the last 3 turnovers we've had, they've converted on all 3 turnovers.
Hopefully Wawasee can get something going off of this timeout. We got a local game update for you. At the end of the first quarter, Warsaw is trailing to Crown Point 19-6. And at the half, Fairfield is beating Jimtown 28-17. As we come out of the timeout, 49 seconds to go, it looks like Warsaw is going to be full court pressing as Wawasee is taking the ball out underneath their own basket, or underneath Warsaw's basket, excuse me. Kabir Rostic has on the right wing. She pumps, drives, looks to skip it, double team. The ball is tipped and saved. Looked like it was going out of bounds off a Warsaw play, but Hannah Marie Lamley tried to save it. It went in the hands of a Warsaw defender, and in transition, Warsaw, a bad pass. Turnover goes to them, and it's going to be Wawasee ball with 30 seconds to go. So 2 turnovers back-to-back for both teams. And another turnover as Kuhn makes a bad pass to Warninger. Too far to the right for her, and it's going to go out of bounds. So turnovers left and right.
I was just about to say, I think it'd be great if we just finish the half out. Let's just wait and let's get our shot. And maybe we can get a shot in there and it'd be down 7 at halftime, but we threw it away again. So now they got the chance to extend that lead even more. So, you get a chance to regroup at half, basically.
Yep.
Get yourself a chance to score. If you don't score, fine. If you do, you do. But at least we can regroup and kind of get this thing under control here a little bit.
5 seconds to go. Ryman has it for Warsaw. She passes it right to Patton. Ball entered down low. Ball is up, and it is good. Big shot there, and that's going to end the first half. Your score, Warsaw 17, Wawasee 6 on an 11-0 run for Warsaw to end the half. When we return, we're going to have our stat breakdown, halftime report, a couple keys to the game that we think that Wawasee needs to improve on, and a lot more. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Wawasee Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Loyal Plumbing in Syracuse. Whether your home or business needs plumbing, heating, cooling, well, or septic services, Loyal Plumbing's trained experts can help. Go Warriors! Loyal Plumbing, 574-658-4134.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme in Syracuse. Family bowling, burgers, wings, fries, pizza, daily lunch and dinner specials, and ice cream for dessert. Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme on State Road 13 in Syracuse. Proudly supporting our Wawasee Warrior athletes. Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Brook Point Inn in Syracuse, offering an indoor saltwater pool, romantic getaways, cabin rental, zip line, a weekly yoga and water aerobics class, and facilities for your wedding, private party, or event. Brook Point Inn, just west of Burger King in Syracuse, 574-457-4466 or online at brookpointinn.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Sox Marina, a full-service marina on the east side of Webster Lake, selling new trifecta pontoons, polar craft boats, Mercury, and Tohatsu outboards. Sox Marina can take care of all of your boating storage, sales, and service needs. Online at soxmarina.com or 574-834-2894. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to the Hardwood TV, Lady of Warrior fans. If you're just joining us, we ended the first half on a tough note for Wawasee. The score is 17-6 as Warsaw went on an 11-0 run to end the first half, and that is really demoralizing if you're a Wawasee squad. And the game had been close the entire time up until that run there late in the first half. But Wawasee can't feel like they're out of it. I mean, they've been in the game the entire game, and basketball is a game of runs, so they're in it. We still have a lot of basketball to play, and they should be feeling all right going into the halftime.
Yeah, for 14 minutes, we're tied. It's 6-6. Not an offensive juggernaut, but nevertheless, the defenses were pretty good. And we did some switching up defensively. And to be honest with you, it wasn't about our defense. It was all about our turnovers. And we have 14 turnovers in the first half. And I can recall the last 4. They scored on all 4 possessions. So we kind of killed ourselves on that, I think, with just turnovers and giving that extra. Because, they're shooting 47% for the half, Warsaw is. 2 for 4 from the free throw line at 50%, 1 for 4 from the arc. And that one shot that they hit from the arc was due to our turnover that we couldn't close out on them quick enough. For us, we're shooting 23%. That's what Coach was talking about. We got to shoot better than 28%, and we're not shooting, well at all. We're 3 of 13, and so 13 shots not enough. We need to be shooting 13 shots at least first quarter. Yeah. If we're not a very good shooting team, you got to shoot more.
Yeah, right.
To give yourself a better chance, and so we got to shoot more, and we're like, I don't know, we're 0 for 4 from the arc. So that tells me their defense is kind of saying, okay, we're going to give you that arc shot. We're just not letting you penetrate in. And that's really happening. Even though Warsaw went man-to-man and really caused us some fits. Yeah. That's what caused the turnovers, was that pressure. So we've got to be able to not turn the ball over against that pressure. I mean, when you put pressure, we always talk, when pressure beats pressure. So when you're being put pressure, they're not even giving us any space, are they? I mean, they're right up there. So you got to beat pressure with pressure, not go right left to the basket. Yeah. And so because we didn't even shoot 1 free throw the first half, Michael. Yeah. So we got to go north and south against that pressure and get some fouls, so we get to free throw line and get some opportunities. Once we see the ball go in the hole a little bit from the free throw line, maybe that'll calm us down. But again, I think we need to see us attack the basket a little bit and be more aggressive offensively.
Yeah, we've kind of been talking about this game. Both teams looked like it was going to be an emotional game, big rivalry game, especially after the historic night last night as Wawasee knocked off Warsaw at the Tiger Den. We thought for sure that tonight it was going to be a hard-fought, emotional game, and Wawasee right now just doesn't look like they're really that. I mean, I'm sure they're feeling fired up and wanting to go, but like you said, they're not really being that aggressive. They're making some sloppy plays, and I feel like that's what Coach Carpenter's kind of in there talking to him about. We can be in this game. Like you said, they were in the game for the first 14 minutes. They got to come out with that same passion and fire that they started the game with coming into the second half, because the second half, whoever starts, that could be huge. Whoever starts hot in the second half, that translates usually for the rest of the game. And we kind of talked about, you said the turnovers were a big thing. Shooting has really been struggling. And the rebounds, I think we're actually doing all right rebound-wise. I think we're kind of close.
9-9.
9-9, okay, we're tied there. But do you see anything else that you want to see Wawasee improving on as we go into the second half?
No, it's a mental game. The farther you get into the season, it's more mental than it is physical. And you did for 14 minutes, you played them toe-to-toe. And in fact, you take the lead. And then they come back. And then you take the lead, and they come back. But it's a full game. It's not 14 minutes. And now you got 16 more minutes the second half. The last 2 minutes, we were our own worst enemy. And see, they're out on the floor already. So it's a very minor mistake. And that's all it takes in a close game. You make a couple mistakes, boom. Now you can't hold your head down. You're just in a hole now. You're down 11. And you come back one possession at a time. Get a defensive stop. Let's go down And I say I'm going to be interested to see if they're attacking the basket a little bit more rather than settling for shots, because we're just not that kind of an offensive team.
Yeah.
I mean, we've watched them now for a whole half, and you know, when defense is put on them, we're just not a very good shooting team. Okay, so you have to adjust, and you have to find other ways to score. And so if you're not a very good shooting team, you got to shoot more, and you got to attack the basket more.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see if those two items pick it up.
All right. Well, we got about 2:45 left to go until we start third quarter action. We're going to take our final break of the halftime show. When we return, we're going to give you right back to live action of Lady Warrior basketball. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Wawasee basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV. Stay tuned.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by Pilcher Shoes in North Webster. For over 70 years, Pilcher Shoes has helped with hurting feet. They offer Brooks running and walking shoes in all sizes. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pilcher Shoes on State Road 13 in North Webster, 574-834-7463, or online at pilchershoes.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Lake City Bank, serving Indiana with 49 offices. We are proud to support all of our Wawasee Warrior teams. Find an office online at lakecitybank.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. Get custom solutions to your sign needs, including banners, commercial signs, graphic designs, and vehicles. 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. On Facebook at 1950 Signs and Graphics. 574-325-0758.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV is brought to you in part by Syracuse Pizza Hut. Pizza, pasta, wings, desserts, indoor seating for the whole family, online ordering, adult beverages, and delivery in the Syracuse area. Syracuse Pizza Hut on State Road 13 in Syracuse. 574-457-8300 or online at pizzahut.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Northern Lakes Realty in Syracuse. It's a seller's market and Northern Lakes Realty is growing. Realtors Vince Beasley, Jay Stewart, Jessica Van Lanningham, Marcus Moore, and Jim Lane can help with selling or purchasing a home. Northern Lakes Realty, 207 West Main Street in Uptown Syracuse. 574-457-2880 or online at nlrealtyllc.com.
Welcome back to the Hardwood CP. And before we get underway, Coach, any final thoughts before we start third quarter action?
Yeah, again, I don't want to come across to the young ladies as if they're bad shooters. The other night, we're kind of in a shooting funk right now. To how you deal with that with your team to get confidence back is you just have to shoot more. Mm-hmm. Not bad shots, but just shoot more. When you got it, you got to shoot. When you see a driving lane, you got to drive. You got to get to the free throw line and get your groove into it because you're not getting many shots.
Yep.
So it becomes more of a mental game than it does anything else.
Yeah.
So it's we'll just see how things roll here a little bit. Man-to-man defense by us.
As we start the third quarter, Warsaw starts with the ball. Their team up 17-6 with 7:30 left to go in the third quarter. Ryman has the ball at the top of the key for the Tigers. She passes it over to Bonenkamper. She has it on the right wing now, passes the top. Ball moving around the perimeter for the Tigers. Ryman has it now at the top. Ball goes to Patton. Patton takes a three from the top of the key. She is just long off the mark. Rebound goes to the Warriors. Wawasee pushing down the right side. Coons
There
going to
you
go all the way. She
There
takes
you
the shot
go.
off balance.
That's okay.
Good
That's
look.
okay.
But the ball is off and rebounded by Warsaw. Going the other way is the senior, Emma Bonenkamper.
That was taking it to the hole. That was just, that's okay. You can live with those kind of things.
Patton has it at the top of the key for the Tigers. She drives, now kicks it out. Harrison has it, passes it up to the top. Ball at the top of the key now goes to the left wing. Now to the left baseline to Ryman. Ryman dribbling back to the middle, now goes to Harrison at the top. Tigers have the ball up 11, 17-6 with 6:40 left to go in the third quarter. Ball handed off to number 31, Casey Bragg. Now the ball goes over to the right side. Now to Patton at the top of the key. Patton passes it off to Ryman. And Warsaw doing very patient offensive sets right now to try and look for the best possible shot. And they can afford to do that up 11 here.
Yeah, they're being very patient. There's just a pretty big, there's a turnover.
Possibly, and actually another turnover. And now goes back to Wawasee.
Good for us.
Harrison drove, lost the ball, and it was stolen. And then Harrison took it right back and just kind of threw it without getting a travel, and then took it right away by Wawasee. And now down low, Hannah Marie Lamley with a beautiful step through defense, had a ball down low with a shot attempt in the low block, and she missed an easy one. And in transition on the other end, the ball is off the mark by Bragg and Warsaw, and the rebound goes to Wawasee. So Wawasee's getting 2 good looks there to start the third quarter, but just haven't been able to convert.
Well, 2 stops, and there's a nice look.
Great pass down low. Rosticek had on the right wing and found the streaking Schroeder down low, and she hit the bucket and got the foul. She's going to the line and trying to get an and one here to cut into this Warsaw lead.
So we've had 2 really good stops. They've moved the ball for a long, lengthy time, missed 2 shots. We've gotten a rebound, and every shot we've had down here has been under the basket. And that's the first one we've hit, and she got a 3-point play. Now we're down 7.
Yep.
No, I lied. We're down 8.
Schroeder hits the free throw on the and one, and now Warsaw pushing on the other end. Ryman has at the top of the key. 5.5 minutes to go. Your score, Warsaw 17, Wawasee 9. Warsaw has the ball. Ryman passes it to Patton on the left wing. Patton picks up her dribble, tight defense there, and a timeout called by Coach Krebs in Warsaw.
So he can kind of tell there's a shift in momentum. There's a little bit of a because they, Warsaw did their thing, but we rebounded both times, one and done, and we had 2 layups that just missed. It's okay, and then we get a third layup and converted on a 3-point play. So that. Those are the kinds of things, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that was something that coaches talked to him about. Guys, we're shooting 23%. Obviously it's not there. Let's look to get it in. Let's attack the basket, and he's done that 3 offensive possessions in a row, and that's the whole key. And I really believe that, and I'm glad to see that they're responding in a very good way. Kind of get their, it's whose ball is it? Is ours or theirs?
It's going to be theirs, yeah.
If we can get another stop here, that's what, Coach Krebs is he's kind of feeling that. There's just kind of this momentum change that, we did a good job to end the half. We closed the half well, and we don't want the momentum switch, and now we're in a war again, and that's Wawasee's attempting to crawl back into this thing right now.
We talked about who's going to start and step up coming out of the break, and Wawasee comes out, and after a couple of tough defensive stops, they ended up getting a 3-point play down on their side of the court. And so that's pretty big, coming in with their team down 11, now cutting the lead to 8. And Warsaw has yet to score here in the second half.
Okay, so now we're back to our 1-2-2.
Ryman has the ball, almost loses it. She was double teamed, passed it out, and then a foul on Schroeder. So that's going to be on Wawasee. That's going to be their first foul of the second half. Warsaw is going to keep possession and taking it out on the right sideline. Patton taking it out for the Tigers. She hands the ball off to Ryman. Ryman dribbling, tightly guarded by Aubrey Kuhn. Good defense there by the Warriors. Harrison has it now on the right side. Now the ball goes to Patton. The pass down low, great feed and finish by Kaylee Patton. The feed was from Bragg. And now it's a 10-point lead again for Warsaw, 19-9. Rosticek has it now on the right wing. She pumps, looks to drive, declines. Now passes it back to Kuhn. Kuhn skips it over to the left side to Wardinger. Wardinger dribbles middle, passes it out. Kuhn takes the 3. She is just short, loose ball, and it's going to be recovered by Hannah Marie Lamley, but she fell to the ground, and they're going to call a travel on her. Turnover, Wawasee. Warsaw's going to get it. 19-9, 4:42 left to go in the third quarter. Looks like Wawasee's going to be full court pressing now here to try and get some momentum, get some turnovers here. Warsaw does get the ball in to the senior Monenkamper. Now the ball goes to Patton. Patton being guarded by Wardinger. Patton has it at the top of the key. She hands the ball off to Ryman. Ryman has it now. Tight defense by Kuhn. Looks like it's a man-to-man defense now for Wawasee. The long 2 is on the way, and it's off the mark by number 3, Bonenkamper. And now a pass down low. Wawasee got the rebound. They tried to pass it to Kuhn, and it was stolen by Warsaw, and then they had the ball from the steal right underneath the basket. They put it up and was fouled. No bucket there. That was Bragg who put the shot up. I think they're going to call it on the floor. Coach Krebs kind of talking to the refs about that one. But it was on the floor, so Warsaw's going to take it out down low. But that sucks for Wawasee because they had an opportunity to get the ball and another quick turnover. Ball is inbounded to Warsaw, and then a quick foul by Wawasee. So foul there is going to give the ball right back to Warsaw underneath their own basket here.
That's okay. You know, you got to, I wouldn't worry about it if I was Aubrey. I mean, those are just, maybe you'll get the steal, maybe you won't. And I don't know, that was an iffy one, but still, you got to show that aggressiveness. And then we are. We had two people go out in the same person.
Yeah, ball goes to the right baseline. After the inbounds pass, the ball was moved around the perimeter now, and it went to the right baseline, and then two people went out to guard her. She passed it to the wide open player in the post, and an easy finish for Warsaw. Wawasee on the other end draws a blocking foul as Kabria Rosicek tried to drive baseline.
Kabria drove, got a foul. You know, we'll live with that. We got as many fouls right now as they had the whole first half.
21-9 is your score. Warsaw has the commanding lead. Rosicek gets the ball on the inbounds pass. She takes the baseline three. She's off the mark. Rebound goes to Patton and Warsaw. Now pushing on the other end is Harrison for the Tigers. She kicks it out. The very long two from the left baseline is good from number 33, Bonenkamper. 9-23 now is your score, and right now Warsaw looks like they're in complete control, and Wawasee really struggling offensively. Wardinger gets a shot, quick shot, and she is good. Big shot there by Wardinger and Wawasee to cut into the lead. That was on the right baseline, so now it's 23-11. Warsaw leads.
But see, that was the difference between penetrating and sucking the defense in and then kicking it out so she could have kind of a 1-2 step towards the basket.
Ryman has it, and she dribbles it off of a Wawasee defender's legs. It's going to go out of bounds off of Wawasee. Warsaw's going to take the ball on the sideline. Wardinger going out, and in comes Hannah Lancaster for Wawasee. 3:11 left to go in the third quarter. Your score, Warsaw 23, Wawasee 11. And there's going to be a timeout by Wawasee. So we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have the remainder of the third quarter for you here. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Loyal Plumbing in Syracuse. Whether your home or business needs plumbing, heating, cooling, well, or septic services, Loyal Plumbing's trained experts can help. Go Warriors! Loyal Plumbing, 574-658-4134.
Welcome back to the Hardwood TP. If you're just joining us, the score is 23-11. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Warsaw has the lead here at the Hardwood TP and the ball. Coming off of a Wawasee timeout. As Wawasee trying to claw their way back into this game. It was 6-6 for a majority of the first half, and then Warsaw went on an 11-0 run to end the first half, and now it's been all Warsaw in the second as they have the ball up by 12 points. With the ball down low is Bragg, and a great defensive play there by Kabria Rosicek. She got in front of the post player, but she couldn't get a handle on it. Went off of her hand out of bounds.
That was real nice reaction time there because they had a layup if she didn't tip that.
Warsaw taking it out underneath their own basket. The ball is inbounded left. And the drive, the shot by the seniors off the mark, and the rebound goes to Wawasee. And then a defensive foul there on Emma Bonenkamper as she tried to get her own rebound, went over the back of Rosicek. It's going to be a foul in Warsaw.
Nice block out.
Definitely 3 fouls on each team right now as Bonenkamper checks out, and number 5, Chip, checks in for Warsaw. Looks like Warsaw's going to be full court pressing here. Wawasee trying to get it in still. Now they do. And they have transition opportunity as Lancaster hits the open layup from the left side, and they break the press and finish easily on it. Transition the other way, forces a turnover as Patton was trying to force it down low to number 23. I believe that was Harrison, and just a bad pass goes over her head out of bounds. So a turnover for Warsaw, and now Wawasee has a chance.
Yep, we can get a chance to get under double digits here. That would be a big plus for us. Here we go.
Kuhn passes to the left. Schroeder had the shot, pumps, drives, takes the 2 instead. It's short. Rebound goes to Rosicek and the Warriors. Now Aubrey Kuhn takes a 3 from the right wing. She is just long. Loose ball is rebounded by number 34, Patton for Warsaw. And Ryman is pushing now for the Tigers. She holds up now. Has at the top of the key. 2:15 left to go in the game. Your score, Warsaw 23, Wawasee 13.
Looks like we're in a 2-3 zone now, doesn't it?
2-3 zone being applied by Wawasee. Patton has the ball for Warsaw on the right wing. She passes it to Ryman at the top. Ryman takes the three from the top of the key. She's just long. And an over-the-back call on Harrison. And great box outs right now for Wawasee. That's 2 times in a row that Warsaw's been tagged with that over-the-back call.
Yeah, it really was. That's a good block out.
Taking the ball down low is Hannah Marie Lamley.
So we had 2 really good chances of hitting shots down there. You know, both of them were looking straight. They just didn't fall. So, you know, again, it's a mental game. It's a mental game. Right? Who's going to step up and, you know, I just got to follow through a little higher or whatever. But you can't be monkeying around. There's too much time left to get your head down because you can't hit a shot.
Kuhn passes half court and passes it right. Now the ball moves around the perimeter. It's entered down low into the post to Wardinger. She finds the other post player, Casey Schroeder, in this instance, and she hits a contested 2. So big bucket there for Wawasee, cutting the lead to 8 points. Warsaw has the ball now. With the ball is Kennedy Patton. She passes it to number 11, Ryman, at the top of the key. Ball moving around the perimeter for the Tigers. Now the ball at the top to Ryman. 2-3 zone being applied still. Ball goes to the right baseline. Wide open 3 attempt is off the mark by Ship. Loose ball on the floor. And I think it's going to be a jump ball. It is. And this is going to go in favor of Wawasee. So 3 big defensive stops in a row for Wawasee, and that's exactly what they've needed to do, and they've gotten points on both of the previous 2 offensive possessions. So Wawasee right now looking good so far, only down 8.
This will put us within 6 with about 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Would be a big boost.
Kuhn passes half court, passes right. Aggressive steal attempt there by Patton, but the ball, Schroeder has the ball. She goes to her knees, and they call a foul on Patton there. But good awareness there by Schroeder, not panicking and keeping her dribble even though she was on her knees. And she kind of got bailed out there with a foul, so Wawasee's going to take it out on the sideline. Ball inbounded to Kuhn. She takes the screen, dribbles left, goes all the way, takes the shot, and good. Big 2 there, and a great screen and finish there by Aubrey Kuhn.
It's really how you finish the quarters here, and we're finishing well. We're within 6.
6-0 run right now for Wawasee.
Big stop right here. We need a big stop.
Patton passes at the top to Ryman. Ryman has the top 2-3 zone being applied here. Now the ball passes left. Now right back to Ryman at the top of the key. 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Coach Krebs wants them to take, if we're going to be in a 2-3, just wants them to stand out there and pass, and they're going to get the last shot. So there's, it kind of stopped that momentum here a little bit. But the girls, and I think what coaches talked to them at halftime is pretty evident that, let's be attacking the basket a little more, and they've done that.
15 seconds left to go in the third. 23-17 is their score. Warsaw has the ball, just stalling, trying to get the last shot here to end the quarter. 7 seconds. 5 seconds, the ball to the left wing to Patton. Now goes to Ryman. She takes the 3 from the top of the key. She's good. Huge 3. And that's going to end the quarter. That was huge for Warsaw to end the 6-0 run for Wawasee and get momentum back on the side of the Tigers. 26-17 is your score as we end the third quarter. Warsaw has the 9-point lead. When we return, we're going to have our final quarter of action here, so stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV. Stay tuned.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme in Syracuse. Family bowling, burgers, wings, fries, pizza, daily lunch and dinner specials, and ice cream for dessert. Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme on State Road 13 in Syracuse. Proudly supporting our Wawasee Warrior athletes.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Brook Point Inn in Syracuse, offering an indoor saltwater pool, romantic getaways, cabin rental, zip line, a weekly yoga and water aerobics class, and facilities for your wedding, private party, or event. Brook Point Inn, just west of Burger King in Syracuse, 574-457-4466 or online at brookpointinn.com.
Welcome back to the Hardwood TP. Well, we have a couple of local game updates before we get you back to Lady Warrior action. Fairfield ended up beating Jimtown 55-36. Elkhart Memorial is beating Valparaiso at the end of first quarter 14-8, and the Northridge and Goshen are tied at 32 in the third quarter. So a lot of good games going on right now in the area. Getting back to Wawasee basketball here. Warsaw is going to start with the ball as we start the fourth quarter. Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 zone being applied by Wawasee. The ball goes to Patton on the left side. She passes it to Bonenkamper. Now back to Patton. Patton takes the three from the wing, and she is good. Big three there by the Tigers. And just a lapse in the zone there. Got the open three attempt, and Patton got to fall.
Built the lead back up to 12 again, and that was a big three there for them because we got it down into single digits.
Kuhn has it. She passes it down low into the post to Hannah Marie Lamley. 1-on-1. Hannah Marie Lamley takes the off-balance shot. It's in and out. Loose ball. Rebound goes to Warninger and Wawasee. Good offensive board there. And she tries to pass it to Hannah Marie Lamley, and it's stolen by the Tigers.
I was just going to say her turnover had really calmed down. First half, it was crazy.
Quick three attempt by Warsaw on the left baseline is off the mark, but they get their own rebound, and they're going to keep possession here. Patton has it. She passes it, and then a long two attempt is off the mark by number 31, Bragg, from the left baseline, and then a loose ball foul called on Warsaw. That's going to be the Tigers' 6th foul. Wallacee's going to take it out down low with their team down by 12.
Now, those scores you gave us a little bit ago, those in guys or girls?
Those were all guys, excuse me.
Those were all guys?
Yeah, those were all guys.
All right.
With the ball for Wawasee is Kuhn as she passes half court, passes it right to Rostacek. Rostacek looks to enter into the post, decides not to, passes up to the top to Hannah Marie Lamley instead. Now the ball goes to Kuhn on the left wing. Kuhn skips it over to Schroeder. Schroeder has the three attempt. She puts it up and in. Big shot there by Schroeder to cut the lead back to single digits. It's 20-29 now as Warsaw has the ball. 6.5 minutes to go in the fourth. With the ball is Patton. She passes it. Risky pass there as it goes between the legs of a Wawasee defender and goes to Ryman.
A little Harlem Globetrotter style.
Ball at the top of the key. Ryman still has possession for the Tigers, being guarded tightly by Wawasee's Aubrey Kuhn. Ball now on the right side to Patton. Now back to Ryman at the top. Patient offense for the Tigers. Patton has it, pumps, drives, passes, great feed down to the opposite post. The bucket and the foul by Ship. Big pass and big finish there, and a good job drawing the foul for the Tigers. And Ship's going to go to the line and try to get an and one.
Well, you know, if you stop and think the first 14 minutes of this game, it was 6-6. And since then, it's 31-20 right now.
Yeah.
So the last 2 minutes, the last 8 minutes have been, you know, we've scored 14. We're talking twice as many points in a short amount of time than we did the first half. So completely turnaround from what it was the first half.
Ship hits the free throw attempt, and she goes 1 for 1 so far. I believe that was her first time at the line. So good shooting right now for her as she bumps the lead to 12 for Warsaw. It's 32-20. The Tigers have a lead with just under 6 minutes to go in the game. With the ball is Kuhn for Wawasee. She passes to Lancaster on the right side, who's just checked in for Cabrera Rostacek. Hannah Marie Lamley pumps, drives middle. Now she's going to pick up her dribble, passes it to Kuhn. Good job by Kuhn going to the pass. It was almost stolen, but she gets the ball. Schroeder has it now on the right side, and she travels as she tries to drive baseline. Turnover for Wawasee. And you can't have that happen when you're down by 12 with this little time left.
Well, she got her, she dried it out and got off balance, so she had no choice but to travel there. She got to stay in athletic position and good spacing with your legs.
Great defense there on the full court press by Wawasee, and the ref called a 5-second call, but the other ref's going over and telling him that Coach Krebs called a timeout for Warsaw. It's in the fourth quarter, though, so we're going to keep it here. A lucky call there by Krebs and Warsaw to not let a turnover happen for Warsaw.
Yeah, the turnovers, we had 14 and a half, and they had 9, and at the end of the third, it was 2-2. So that's come down. But the assist, I look at assists because that tells me people are moving, that they're looking for the open person. We have 5 turnovers in the third quarter compared to their 6.
Oh, wow.
So that has really, that was my point about how first 14 minutes it's 6-6, and the last few is, just a short amount of time. But assist, the passing, Warsaw's passing has been just really tremendous in finding the open person, and we're doing a much better job finding an open person and then hitting some shots.
Wawasee full court pressing yet again, trying to force that 5 seconds again. The ball this time is inbounded, though, to Harrison for Warsaw. And now the ball right back to Patton. Patton has it still in the backcourt. Now they do pass half court. Ball handed off to Ryman. Ryman has the ball for the Tigers. 5.5 minutes to go. 32-20 is your score. Warsaw has a 12-point lead. Fouls right now are 6-4 in favor of Warsaw. Warsaw has more fouls there. Ball is entered down low into the post and then kicked out back to the top. Now the ball is poked free, then picked up by Warsaw. Now the ball goes to Patton at the top for the Tigers. Patton looks to Coach Krebs for an offensive play. She drives now, passes down low into the post, and a reverse layup is off the mark, but she draws the foul. That's Ryman down low getting some paint action, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 points, shoot 2 free throws.
They've really figured out our defense offensively. They're drawing people, and they're sending the person, whoever they're driving at, she's going in and pin and sealing the weak side defense, and they're getting layup after layup right now on it. They were shooting, at halftime, they were shooting almost 50% from the 2 points. So, and that's one of the reasons right there, just getting really good shots under the basket.
First free throw attempt is off the mark. Second is on its way and good. So Ryman goes 1 for 2 for the Tigers. It's now 33-20. Tigers with a 13-point lead with 5 minutes to go left in the game. Lancaster has the ball for the Warriors. She drives, tries to pass it, goes in between a couple people's legs, and now goes out of bounds off of, I believe it's going to be Aubrey Kuhn and the Warriors. So another turnover there. Not a great pass there by Lancaster, trying to force it down into the paint.
That's kind of one of the things that Coach was wanting to, there's certain things that you can or can't do right now. And maybe that's not one of the things that we can do because it just makes a turnover for us.
Ryman pushing in transition for Warsaw, hands it off the Ship. Shift drives into the paint, puts a shot up, and she draws another foul. Yeah. So 2 more opportunities here for Warsaw to add to their lead.
We're allowing them to drive wherever they want. We're not really moving our feet, and we're leaving the ball get to the middle of the floor, and we're either fouling. The last 2 times we fouled, so we 6-6, and they're shooting. It's one thing to be not in the bonus, but when you foul them when they're shooting, they get 2 free throws anyway. Yeah. So the next foul, they're going to be in a 1-on-1. Same with us. We're going to be in 1-on-1 when they foul us next too. But you'd like to, if you're going to foul, you foul not on a shooter, so that they're not getting free throws.
And Ship's been on fire from the line as she goes 2 for 2 to add to this Warsaw lead. It's now 35-20, 15-point lead for the Tigers. Wawasee has possession. Lancaster has it. She drives middle, hands the ball off to Rostacek. Rostacek drives, almost dribbles it off her foot. Loose ball in the air, and it's picked up by Patton. Another turnover for Wawasee. Patton driving for the Tigers. Rostacek playing tight defense, and they get her for a foul there. She's kind of frustrated there, looks like, with her turnover.
Yeah, I think she might have felt that she was hacked down to the other end, that she had a turnover down the other end, and I would maybe have to agree with her. I thought she was bumped around pretty good there, grabbed on her forearm, but it doesn't go that way. So
the sophomore, Kaylee Patton, at the line, shooting a 1-on-1. Her first free throw attempt is on the mark, so that's going to
that's part of that competitiveness. I remember Kylie I remember her. If there was something that was going to happen that she didn't get the call, sometimes I just went over and sat down and put a towel over my head because I just knew something was about to happen.
Second free throw attempt is good, so that's going to make it a 37-20 game. Warsaw has the lead. Rostacek has it for the Warriors. She hands the ball off to Kuhn on the right wing. The drive, the shot over the taller defender is off the mark, and the rebound goes to Bonenkamper and Warsaw. And Wawasee getting some good looks on offense, just not really being able to convert right now.
Yeah, they're just getting really frustrated. They're doing what they've been told. I'm pretty sure they're attacking the basket. Things just aren't. They're just not falling for us right now, and Warsaw's pretty much having their way on the offensive end. Yeah. We're trying to take some gambles. We're being more physical with them right now, except for we're just getting called for it.
Some very tight defense results in a jump ball, which goes in favor of Wawasee. So Wawasee's going to take possession, steal it from Warsaw there as a transition arrow changes, and Wawasee has possession now. Schroeder has it. She drives middle and draws a blocking foul there on number 5, Ship for Warsaw. And that's going to be Warsaw's 7th. So that means Casey Schroeder's going to the line to shoot a 1-on-1.
And, that was, again, another one driving to the basket. So the kids are, they're taking it to the basket. Now we've had, more free throws this half than we didn't shoot any in the first half. So that's a good thing. There's a lot of pluses right now to take out of this, and we kind of got into that mode as, oh my goodness, we're not shooting right again.
Free throws off the mark by Schroeder, and Warsaw gets the rebound. Wawasee needs some turnovers here as they are trapping off of everything. Bad pass there from Patton to Bonenkamper, and luckily for them, the ball gets in the hands of Bonenkamper, and then a double team by Wawasee results in a foul.
1-on-1.
So, yeah, that's going to send Bonenkamper to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 to add to the Warsaw lead. The score is 37-20. Tigers have a 17-point lead with 3:42 left to go in the game. And we talked about it earlier in the fourth, and actually for most of the first quarter, Wawasee and Warsaw were tied for most of the game at 6, and then 11-point run there really went in favor of Wawasee, or in favor of Warsaw. It's been all Tigers ever since. As the 1-and-1 is missed by Bonenkamper, rebounded by Wawasee, and they're going to take possession. Rostek drives middle. She tries to pass it to Schroeder, and it's stolen by Harrison. Then Harrison gets a little contact, loses the ball, and it's going to be stolen right back by Wawasee. Wawasee takes a 3 from the left baseline. Schroeder has it. Loose ball. Rebound goes to Wardinger, and Wawasee. Offensive rebound there for the Warriors. And a blocking foul called on Bonenkamper as Anna Marie Lamley tried to drive. And that's going to send Lamley to the line to shoot a 1-on-1, as that's the 8th foul for the Tigers. And we kind of talked about them needing to drive and get foul calls because they've been calling a lot of stuff down low, and it might be coming a little too late here. But
probably, but at least we're doing it, and then they've got to learn from it, because I guarantee you there's going to be more games that we're just not hitting shots.
Yeah,
and you got to know how to react after that. You just can't put your old dauber down and say, "Poor me, I'm not hitting shots." Hey, our team ain't gonna worry about that.
Right. Lamley hits the first, so she's going to get a second attempt here. Her second attempt is on the mark, and it is off the mark. She puts it up, and it's off. Rebound goes to Patton and Warsaw. Patton tries to pass it, and it's stolen by Schroeder, and then a foul called on Patton as she tried to get the ball back after the bad pass. So good defense there. The full court press forces the turnover there for Warsaw.
Yep, that's... we're kind of we're 3 minutes, 12 seconds to go. We're down quite a bit, 16 points. And so you can rest tomorrow. You can watch football all you want and rest.
Exactly.
And right now you got 3 minutes to just go all out and see if you can get this thing back maybe a manageable situation.
Yep. Still 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to go in the game. Schroeder's at the line to shoot a 1-on-1 after the foul on the Warriors. The Tigers. Patton, the first free throw attempt is up and off the mark, so that's 2 missed free throws in a row for Wawasee. Rebound goes to Bonenkamper, and she's quickly double-teamed, and she picks up her dribble, tries to pass it, bad pass goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off of a Wawasee Warrior, but good defense there by Wawasee, forcing a bad pass there by Warsaw.
Warsaw was very fortunate to even get that, because I didn't see the touch.
I didn't either.
But it's very fortunate for that, because that was a long time back in the backcourt as well.
With the ball now is Ryman in the backcourt, being guarded by Jenkins. Just under 3 minutes to go. Your score: Wawasee 21, Warsaw 37. With the ball now is Patton at the top. She drives, goes all the way, and it's poked free. And actually, they're going to call a foul on Wardinger. Looked pretty clean from up here, but the refs call a foul, so that's going to send number 34, Kaylee Patton, the sophomore, to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
They got to spread way out right now. And it leaves all kinds of gaps to penetrate. So you trap out front, you gamble, and if you don't get it, you foul. That's all there is to it.
First free throw attempt is just long off the mark, and the rebound goes to Bonenkamper and Warsaw. So offensive rebound there after the miss shot there.
Right there, you got to gamble. You got to go trap. It's in the corner.
Ball moved around the perimeter, and then an offensive foul there by number 31, Casey Bragg. Looks like she shoved, I believe that was Schroeder. And that's going to send Schroeder, I think, to the line. No, it's going to be, that's defensive, you're right. So that's just going to give the ball to Wawasee.
Non-controlled foul there. The ball didn't have anything to do with that one.
Yes, sir. So taking it out on the sideline is Hannah Marie Landley for Wawasee. If they're going to have any chance of getting back in this game, they're going to have to get something here really soon.
I got 2.5 minutes.
Down by 16.
Score quickly.
Yep. With the ball is Schroeder, and she draws a blocking charge there on Bragg. So that's 2 quick fouls by Bragg, and that's going to send Schroeder to the line. She's missed her last couple from the free throw line, so hopefully she can connect here to try and cut into this Warsaw lead. That's the double bonus now. Tigers have 10 fouls, so it's going to give Casey Schroeder 2 free throw opportunities here. Now, Coach Lenny Krebs talking to his player there about 2 fouls. As the free throw goes in.
We'd missed quite a few free throws, and that always tells me mentally we're out of it. Because free throws, if there's anything you shoot as a player, you shoot tons of free throws.
Yeah.
And we're a much better free throw shooting team than what we showed tonight.
Yeah.
You know that, so that's a mental thing.
Schroeder goes 2 for 2, and so that's going to make it 23-37. Tigers have a 14-point lead with the ball. Full court press being applied by Wawasee right now. 2.5 minutes left to go in the game. Patton has the ball, gets the inbounds to Ryman. Ryman being tightly guarded by Kuhn. Man-to-man press here.
That's
Ryman
it.
does pass
Go
half
trap.
court.
Go trap again. That's it.
They try to trap.
Ooh, you got to be ready for that, man.
Ball
you got to get up there.
Skip to the left side of Bodenkamper for Warsaw. She tries to pass it, almost stolen. Good defensive
Trap.
position there.
Oh,
Ryman
we're
gets the
standing
ball,
and
drives,
watching.
passes. Good shot attempt. It's no, lucky roll there by Beggs as she hits the shot there. Good drive there by Ryman and kick out to the open teammate to hit the long two from the left baseline. 39-23 is your score. Warsaw has the lead, and Wawasee has the ball now. Just under 2 minutes to go left in the game. Schroeder drives, off-balance shot is up and
Get
good.
him. Get after him.
Timeout called by Coach Carpenter. With 1:45, we're going to keep it right here, but Schroeder really kind of trying to take this game over for Wawasee. She's really been the most aggressive player right now for her team, driving, drawing fouls, and trying to get her team back into this game.
Yeah, this is we just can't stand back defensively. I'm up here wanting to, those joysticks you used to have on those video games.
Right, yeah.
That's what I need up here. We used to have them on the bench. You just no, go over here. No, pull them back. But these guys got to be up. If you give up a layup, you give up a layup. But you got to trap and you got to get up in passing lanes.
Yeah.
And we're watching. We're watching the ball. And then when they throw it to the opposite side and we're thinking, oh, no, now I got to go get it.
Yeah, down by 14, you really got to turn up the aggression.
Hey,
and take
what
risks.
about those Hoosiers today? Did you see
Yeah,
those
they
Hoosiers?
knocked off Notre Dame, came back and won. Notre Dame really struggling, losing to a couple bad teams, Ball State, and then IU really not having a great year, knocks off the Irish. So congrats to IU, but Notre Dame, another Indiana school, really struggling right now.
But
Hopefully they
actually,
turn
Ball
around.
State's not bad. I mean, they're better than they've been in the past, and they got some really neat situations for the team down there, good players. And IU is, I couldn't be more happier for Miller. I want to see him do so well there, and it looks like they've improved a little bit. So
for sure.
that was a good win for him today.
Coming back out of the break, a timeout by Coach Carpenter. Warsaw's going to have the ball. Full court press being applied by Wawasee. They're trying to trap in. That results in a steal and easy layup on the other end by Schroeder.
She anticipated. That was good. Get up there, Case.
Great defense being applied again, but this time Warsaw breaks it, and now they have it on the right side. Now they're going to slow it up on the top.
Who you guarding, for crying out loud? Get up on there. That's it.
Aggressive steal attempt by Kuhn results in a foul, but
good deal.
There we talked about being aggressive. You got to risk it. Try and get some turnovers to get back in the game.
Maybe I ought to start hollering up here. It's minute 21.
They can probably hear you, right?
We're down 12. We're only down 12.
Yeah, it's not over. 4 threes and you're right back in
just like that, Casey, that time she didn't sit back and watch the trap happen. Then she anticipated the next throw and got right in there. They got a missed free throw. You're down 12. You get down there and hurry up and get in a quick 2, and you're down 10. Under a minute to go, or minute some to go.
Ryman struggling from the free throw line this game as she misses her first attempt. Second one's on the way, and it's good. So that gives the Tigers 40 points. It's 27-40 right now, 13-point game. But, still minute 21. Crazier things have happened in high school basketball. So
it's not. You can't give up now, man.
That's right, especially in big rivalry conference games like this one is.
They scored 11 points in 2 minutes.
Exactly. That's so true. Let's see if Wawasee can do something with it. They have the ball. Kuhn has it at the top of the key. Looks like a 2-3 zone being applied.
Shoot that sucker.
Lancaster has it on the left wing. She puts up a 3 and good. Nothing but net from Hannah Lancaster. Huge 3 there.
There you go. Get up there, Casey. Casey.
Ball is inbounded and the press is broken by the Tigers. Ryman has it now at the top.
Got a foul.
Trying to slow it down. You got to foul someone if you're Wawasee. And no foul being called. They're trying to double team.
Right there.
Ball pass to the left baseline.
Got a foul, Casey.
Casey not fouling. Skipping it left and right now are the Tigers, trying to get out of the double teams, and now Kuhn does foul Ryman.
Your senior was running all over half court trying to foul.
Yeah.
The rest of them are playing like it's still the third quarter or something.
Ryman struggling shooting free throws right now. She's gone one for the past couple times, so good foul there as Ryman puts up her first attempt, and it is good, though. Now 41-30. But, yeah, you're kind of confused why Wawasee, once they didn't get the immediate, still didn't foul a little earlier. Only 45 seconds now left to go in the game. And as Ryman puts up her second free throw attempt, it's off the mark. It's an 11-point game. Wawasee gets the rebound, and Hannah Lancaster's pushing up the right side for Wawasee. 40 seconds to go now. She drives left, dribbles it off her own foot. Loose ball on the ground, and a timeout called by Warsaw. Turnover there for Wawasee, and that could be the nail in the coffin there as they're going to get the ball up 11 with 36 seconds to go.
That's, again, we're just sitting. Maybe we ought to go to break. It looks like they're sitting down, so I don't know if you...
All right, yeah.
Mr. Van Loo might fire me. We don't get
full timeout going to the Tigers. So we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have the remainder of your fourth quarter here. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Sox Marina, a full-service marina on the east side of Webster Lake, selling new trifecta pontoons, polar craft boats, Mercury, and Tohatsu outboards. Sox Marina can take care of all of your boating storage, sales, and service needs. Online at soxmarina.com or 574-834-2894. Go Warriors!
Wawasee Community Schools local radio station. We are 93.7 FM The Mix, WRWTLP Syracuse, a Pathways program.
Welcome back to the Hardwood TP. I'm Michael Schindler alongside Kim Zolman. If you're just joining us, the score is Warsaw 41, Wawasee 30, with 30 seconds left to go in the game, 36.4 to be precise. Warsaw has the ball after a bad turnover by Wawasee. And with 36 seconds to go, you think that Wawasee's going to have to foul immediately or try and get a steal off this inbounds pass.
Got to get the steal here. Got to get right there.
Bad pass goes off of the hands of a Warsaw player, but luckily for Warsaw goes to another player. That's going to be number 31, Bragg. And Bragg, swinging her elbows around, gets Schroeder in the face, and Schroeder is on the floor right now. That's what the gasp you heard from the crowd right now. The foul was on Wawasee. I'm not sure who they got it on, so it's going to send, I believe, Bragg to the line, but
offensive
Schroeder,
foul.
Oh, it was offensive. Okay, so they're gonna
turnover, and
they're gonna give the
Casey may go to the free throw line here.
Casey Bragg moving her elbows there, hits Schroeder hard in the face, and she's hands on her knees walking off the court, and that's her second time she's been hit in the face this game. It happened early in the first, and then now here late in the fourth.
She'll know what the sport of boxing's like.
I guess so, yeah.
You get your hit your face all the time. It's like, oh.
Now Wawasee's going to get the ball right back, but they're going to take it down low. 33 seconds to go. Their team down by 11. Ball inbounded to Jenkins. Good job by her. It went over her head, but she got the rebound, and then she draws a foul. I believe that's going to go against Ryman. And so Jenkins is going to the line and get 2 shots. Warsaw on the double bonus. So
that'll get us in single digits. We can hit both of these.
Yep.
30 seconds. It's a long shot, but they've played harder the last 2 minutes than we've played all game long. It seems like defensively.
Yeah.
And
10 plus fouls by both teams, so that means Jenkins for Wawasee is going to have 2 free throw attempts. She knocks down her first. That cuts it to 10. 30 seconds to go. I mean, still not quite over. 10 points is a lot, but I mean, they keep getting steals on defense as the free throw attempt is in and out, off the mark, and rebounded by Warsaw. And the ball poked free out of bounds off of Hannah Marie Lamley, so it's going to stay with Warsaw, but good defensive aggression there to try and get a steal. 9-point game. 41-32. Tigers
3 seconds taken off.
Have the ball.
We thought we had to tap. I didn't know it was a foul.
Yeah, I thought that looked pretty clean to me, but they're going to call a foul on Hannah Marie Lamley, and that's going to send Ryman from Warsaw to the line to shoot 2 free throws here to try and extend the lead for the Tigers. Free throws up, and it is good. So that's going to make it a 10-point lead now for Warsaw. And it seems like every time the Wawasee's gotten kind of close and coming back in the game, Warsaw's answered on the other end with some points, which has really snuffed out this comeback attempt.
We're in a panic mode right now. We have to play like crazy. She tapped from behind just like you're taught, and okay, that's a foul.
Yeah.
What can I say? You did everything you told. It just didn't go our way.
Ryman goes 2 for 2 from the line, so it's 43-32. Warsaw with the lead, and a great drive and finish by Aubrey Kuhn. So it's now a 10-point lead again. Ball is inbounded.
Get
no
up there,
foul.
Hannah.
Now the ball goes to Patton. Now back to Monen-Camper. Now the press is broken. No foul being called with 9 seconds, 8. And it looks like Wawasee's not going to foul, and they're just going to let the clock run out. With 4 seconds, looks like that's going to be the game. Your final score, Warsaw 43, Wawasee 33. So a 10-point loss for the Warriors. Hats off to the Tigers for a great game, and it's a great way to open up their conference season. That was Warsaw's first conference game. They're 1-0, and that bumps Wawasee to 0-3 in the conference. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we return, we're going to have our post-game show, get a stat breakdown, and then hopefully get an interview with Coach Carpenter when he gets up here. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by Pilcher Shoes in North Webster. For over 70 years, Pilcher Shoes has helped with hurting feet. They offer Brooks running and walking shoes in all sizes. Open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Pilcher Shoes on State Road 13 in North Webster, 574-834-7463, or online at pilchershoes.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Lake City Bank, serving Indiana with 49 offices. We are proud to support all of our Wawasee Warrior teams. Find an office online at lakecitybank.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and Warrior TV is brought to you in part by 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. Get custom solutions to your sign needs, including banners, commercial signs, graphic designs, and vehicles. 1950 Signs and Graphics in Cromwell. On Facebook at 1950 Signs and Graphics. 574-325-0758.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV is brought to you in part by Syracuse Pizza Hut. Pizza, pasta, wings, desserts, indoor seating for the whole family, online ordering, adult beverages, and delivery in the Syracuse area. Syracuse Pizza Hut on State Road 13 in Syracuse. 574-457-8300 or online at pizzahut.com.
Welcome back to the Hardwood TV, Lady Warrior fans. If you're just joining us, Wawasee lost a hard-fought battle to rival Warsaw. The final score was 43-33, 10-point loss for the Warriors. But hats off to the Tigers. They played really well. Very good coaching job done by Lenny Krebs in his first year here at Warsaw. Coach, you took stats for us. You want to give us a little bit of a stat breakdown for the game?
Yeah, you hate to pinpoint a point of the game where it was the difference. But the difference was the last 2 minutes of the first half.
Yeah.
They went on an 11-0 run. We get beat by 10. So we never were able to quite recover from that. But we went from 23% shooting the first half to shooting 41% for the game. So our goal, so one of the goals is always shoot 42% or better. So for the game, we're at 41%. The problem is Warsaw shot 47%. They only really field goal wise, they only had one more field goal than we did. They were 12 and 19 from the free throw line. We were 5 and 9. So one field goal more and 7 more shots there at the free throw line. So there's your difference. 3-point, we were 2 of 10. They were 3 of 10. So it really does. I mean, rebounding, we out-rebounded them. Turnovers, we had too many. That was during that stretch. We had 21 to their 15. But the assists came up. We had 8 assists. They had 11. That just shared. That all came in the second half, basically.
Yeah, and something that kind of stood out to me in the second half, it really felt like the aggression kind of kicked up late in the game. They started driving to the hole and getting more foul calls, and Casey Schroeder was a big part of that. She really was trying to get her team back in the game, but I feel like if that could have happened a little bit earlier, especially earlier on in the second half, and you kind of talked about it when we were on break, just the heart doesn't seem there, and just it's not really feeling like they weren't there, and they would have started doing that earlier on in the game. It could have been a whole different story. And how big do you think aggression and heart in a game like this impacts the game, and how do you think it affected this game?
We've talked about it so much, and I don't mean to be redundant, but there's just so much. You get to a point where physically you're just going to be so good. The rest of it is a mental approach. Your intensity, the focus that you have, and be able to stay with the game plan regardless of what happens out there. And they came out second half and attacked the basket. They didn't settle for shots. They attacked the basket more, and to go from 23% shooting first half to 41 for the game that's pretty good. But the mental part of this game, I can't overemphasize enough. And if they did those last few two minutes, minute and a half, they played as hard as they did the whole game. And like I said, there's no reason why you can't do that the whole game.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow's Sunday. You can go to church in the morning, you can go home, watch NFL football, and rest all day. No one, and then Monday you can come back and get ready again.
Exactly.
But they'll learn. Again, it's just they're right there. They are right there. You take 2 minutes out of the game, and who knows what might have happened.
Yeah, and Karia Rostacek was coming in and out. You could kind of tell that her ribs were bothering her a little bit. She was subbed quite often, and then Schroeder kind of stepped up, and then Hannah Lancaster, actually, who was subbing in with Karia Rostacek, actually stepped up, hit a couple big shots. She got the first shot of the game to go in for Wawasee. And did you see anyone stick out for Wawasee that you were impressed with? And a tough loss like this, but I mean, there were some good plays that went on. And just any thoughts on some players that you saw stand out for the Wawasee Warriors?
I'm seeing Casey step up a little bit more each game. She's getting a little more comfortable with things that are happening, and she's one of the ones that needs to really be aggressive, just use her instincts. Aubrey continues to do just a fantastic job at the point guard, just keeping everybody as together as she can, and again, Hannah Marie is still crashing the boards for us, and she's struggling a little bit right now about should she shoot, should she drive, is it there, is it not, and she just going to have to just play.
Yeah,
and she's just going to have to just play, and each one, as Coach had talked about the young ones coming in and just stepping it up a little bit. They got to start picking their game. They belong. They're on the team, so they belong. They need to start stepping it up, and it looks like there's just you're never going to look at a game and say, wow, that's 100% turnaround. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, right.
Little by little, there's things that happen, and that's why at the end of the season you're playing your best basketball, and that's why they call it Who's Your Hysteria, because you just never know who's going to be doing what.
Yeah, definitely. We got a local game update for you, and a blowout. Tippy Valley against Whitko. Wawasee men's basketball lost to Whitko in double overtime. Tippy Valley beat Whitko 87-25. So a blowout win there for Tippy Valley. Congrats to the Vikings there. But coming back to that was the guys again. Coming back, I believe. Actually, he didn't say it could be girls. So that might make more sense if it was the girls, because Tippy Valley is generally known for a very, very talented women's squad. We might get that update for you a little bit.
Just in the past few years. Don't give them too much credit.
Yeah,
now.
we can't forget all the glory days of Wawasee with Coach Zolman.
They had some players there, and they're okay, but let's don't get them too excited.
Getting back to Wawasee action here, their next game is going to be December 22nd, home against Central Noble. And Central Noble, the past couple years as well, has also had a very talented women's basketball program. What do you think that coming off of a game like this, Wawasee really needs to improve on going into that game?
Well, again, it's about them. It doesn't matter Central Noble who it is. Central Noble's got some good players. They're very, very good. One of the tops in their conference, the NECC, and they're a public school that has got some really good players right now. So they're in a mountaintop experience. And so they're going to come in here a little odd, because this is Wawasee, a school that's twice their size, but they got some good players. So we can't overlook that fact. And it is just going to be about us and how we handle the mental approach again and handle the game. We'll be fine, but we just got to stay mentally focused and do what we do.
Yep. Well, we have Coach Carpenter with us, so we're going to take a quick break, get him set up. When we return, we're going to have our coach's interview. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Lady Warrior basketball here on 93.7 FM The Mix and CBG TV.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Northern Lakes Realty in Syracuse. It's a seller's market, and Northern Lakes Realty is growing. Realtors Vince Beasley, Jay Stewart, Jessica Van Lanningham, Marcus Moore, and Jim Lane can help with selling or purchasing a home. Northern Lakes Realty, 207 West Main Street in Uptown Syracuse. 574-457-2880 or online at nlrealtyllc.com.
Wawasee Warrior basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Loyal Plumbing in Syracuse. Whether your home or business needs plumbing, heating, cooling, well, or septic services, Loyal Plumbing's trained experts can help. Go Warriors! Loyal Plumbing, 574-658-4134.
Wawasee Warrior Basketball on 93.7 FM The Mix and CPG TV is brought to you in part by Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme in Syracuse. Family bowling, burgers, wings, fries, pizza, daily lunch and dinner specials, and ice cream for dessert. Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme on State Road 13 in Syracuse. Proudly supporting our Wawasee Warrior athletes.
Welcome back to the Hardwood TP. We're here with head Lady Warrior basketball coach Matt Carpenter. And coach, tough loss here, 10-point loss to your rivals in Warsaw, but there were not all bad things that went on in that game. Your girls fought hard and played a pretty good game. What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, like we talked about in the locker room, and it all comes down to turnovers, quite honestly. I mean, in the first half, you just can't put yourself in position in a second quarter where you turn the ball over 10 times in one quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, and they score because of that. They score, 13 points, including, if coach is accurate, I need to check the film, but I think we turned the ball over like 4 or 5 of our last possessions.
Yeah.
And they scored on every single one. I mean, that's the ball game. That's 10 or 11 points that they got off of our last 4 or 5 turnovers in a row. And that was the message at halftime, and that's the message after the game. Look what happens when you, all of a sudden, you're the aggressors and you penetrate and you try to take the ball to the basket and you try to be a playmaker rather than just being passive on the perimeter and let them body you up.
Yeah.
And that's what happened in the first half. And, we've been working on it. But it's time for things to get fixed.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about that. Coach Zolman actually pointed that out, how he saw the aggression kind of shift with about 3 minutes left to go in the game, especially Casey Schroeder driving to the hole. And they were calling fouls down low, so that was something that really needed to happen, did end up happening later in the game. But looking at your next opponent, it's going to be up against a very tough Central Noble squad. And coming off a loss like this, what, besides the turnovers type thing, which that's kind of been an obvious thing that we've been talking about this whole year, but what other things are you really stressing to your team going into a tough game like that?
For us, I mean, it's playing 32 minutes. And, that builds into the turnovers and stuff. But, we've put together stretches this year where we've been really good for 1 quarter, 2 quarters. And then we have a 3-4 minute lapse where we just kind of lose it for a little bit, and we've got to pull it back together. And when you do that against a good team, you're not able to fight, out of that hole. It just becomes a lot harder. So Central Noble's a good team. I mean, Freeman is legit guard. She's good. And then they've got a 6-1 post in there. That's tough too. So we're going to lick our wounds a little bit right here, but we know we have to continue to get better, and part of that comes from our togetherness and our communication and making sure that those bad 4 or 5 minute stretches turn into 2 or 3 or 1 or 2, or you might have a turnover or 2, but then you go ahead and you do something to fix that problem and you bring us back together. So it's not from a lack of want or a lack of desire for my girls. I mean, they're playing hard. What it is some execution right now, and sometimes just getting down on themselves and not being able to come back from that quick enough. So we're continuing to work on that, but I'm tired of saying the same thing, that, it's got to get better and it's got to get better faster. But, that's that 10, 11 points in the second quarter, that's the ball game. So, and they know that. Now we got to go do something on the floor about that.
Yep, definitely. Well, Coach, thanks for being with us here tonight, and good luck next week against Central Noble.
All right, thanks, Michael.
That was head Lady Warrior basketball coach Matt Carpenter. And before we get you out of the way here tonight, we want to just remind you that games coming up here for the Lady Warriors is going to be, like we said, against Central Noble. That game is going to be December 22nd. Then the next conference game is going to be after Christmas, January 6th. That game is going to be at home against Northwood. That's another kind of doubleheader type thing where this weekend we had the guys team going up against Warsaw last night, and then Wawasee playing Warsaw in the ladies division tonight. That's kind of been the same thing in that Northwood game. The guys are going to start off on Friday night, and the ladies are going to finish it up that Saturday night. Well, we want to say a special thank yous to a couple people before we get ready here tonight. We want to say a special thank you to our sponsors, Brook Point Inn, Sox Marina, Pilcher Shoes, Lake City Bank, 1950 Signs and Graphics, Syracuse Pizza Hut, Northern Lake Realty, Foil Plumbing, Chubby's Pub and Grub, Wawasee Bowl, and Joe's Ice Cream Supreme, as well as the people running the camera and download on the board ops. We want to say a special thank you to Genevieve Serpolowski, Christian Martindale, Chris Rogers, and then Phil Huffman and Jeremy Van Loo behind the scenes, the teachers doing amazing things. We could not do what we do today, the broadcasters up here, me and Coach Zolman, without them. So special thank you to all of them. Well, from my broadcast partner, Coach Kem Zolman, I'm Michael Scheller saying thanks for listening to us and good night.